redraw. But if you find the right spot, you can give them a much worse card on the card face down. That's why that's such an awesome thing. Like you always have to think desperately. Are they just happy with some random cards? And do I even want them to have lands or not? It's such a beautiful minigame.
Yeah, see, Toffel, that was really great analysis, but also super boring because the only
Okay,
correct thing
apparently
to
we're
do with
live.
Atris when your
Okay.
opponent plays it is deal them 3 face-down cards and
well,
say, you can have all
thank
of
you
these,
for
I
anyone
don't
who's
care,
also
I'm
up
still
here in
going
New
to beat
Zealand
you.
at 3 a.m. We are
Don't even look
checking
at the
out the
cards.
Ikoria stream.
If you want the ultimate
Just
Atris
so everyone
power move,
knows
my
that this
friend,
is a
when someone
sponsored
plays Atris
stream
against
by
you,
Wizards.
pick up their deck, you deal 3
you can
cards
see it
face
all
down
everywhere in the
without
title
looking
and
at
the
them and
description.
say,
So yeah,
these are yours, I don't
that's
need
part
them,
of the creators
you're still
program
toast.
thing. I haven't made a
You
video
can
about
also
that
go
yet,
like,
about the channel. So
you put them face
more on that
down,
later.
and then you say like, okay, pick, and
Okay,
they pick
so
one. It's like, wasn't the
we're just waiting
queen?
for the stream
You
to
lose.
start. You can probably hear it in the background right there.
You play a little game of Find
So
the Lady.
we will hop over onto the stream
Here's another
when it
Atris
begins.
now. Still going to get that trigger even though it is legendary, of course. We are minutes away, my friend. Minutes away from jumping over to the official WotC stream here for the Ikoria preview opening here for the announcement trailer here. So do stay with us. Riley Knight tore off Toffel Severin, taking you through the closing stages of this the coverage of this Magic Fest.
All right. Seems like everyone is pretty excited. We got Simic comments. This set feels like Simic, the set. So I'm really gonna be interested to see how they don't do that.
Feels a bit gruel.
Gruel, Simic-y, yeah, a little black. So maybe this is the set with only 4 colors for the first time.
Just giving up pretending they care about white.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to spoil Colossus Dreadmore. Another giant spider reprint. Nah, these are too basic. We're gonna do something spicier.
It's gonna be like every iconic monster from each set. So we're gonna have Eldrazi, we're gonna have like Zakama, we're gonna have Gulta, we're gonna have some Phyrexian shit.
Ugh. Ikoria, more like Iboria. Lion
Harsh.
late. Oh, they are late.
And apparently 3 a.m. start time is when they stopped finishing streaming Channel Fireball replays. Do we know who's on this plane yet? Which planeswalker?
What do you think?
Other than that.
Oh, other than that, no, that's
Is it 2 we know or one new one we don't know?
Oh, here we go.
Guess we'll find out. Maybe. They're probably not going to spoil the planeswalker.
Oh. Ikoria crystals
Rogrin.
from the sea cliffs of Ralgrin.
Oh, that's bad. That's a named land. We're not getting fetches.
Oh, call now. 14 minutes. Okay, 40-minute wait.
Okay. Do we have 40 minutes of things to talk about?
Is it really this late? We are. No, it's only 2 minutes late. They said it starts at 7. Oh, never mind.
13000 yards.
Peterson, Alpha X-ray, Roger, copy. Bring. Scorpion, 702.
So they're really going for that filmic thing.
Well, I told you they were handing out film. What?
Oh no. Oh, this doesn't look.
Oh boy. Look, those are the Mythic Edition alternate arts. Is this found footage? Is this footage they recorded, or is it like footage off like a...
This would be really weird if it's found footage, given as far as I'm aware, Kaladesh hasn't invented helicopters yet.
Oh, yeah, there's a timer still, so we're still waiting 15 minutes. How's the good old Twitch chat doing here? Oh, that's footage from a thing. That's well, I mean, it's very generic. It's Tokyo, right? That's the iconic crossroad in Tokyo. Oh, that's a flying behemoth.
Is Ikoria Earth?
I love it.
We're just coming to.
Review theater mode. Yeah, okay. All day eclipse. Chance of slime.
Chat's getting real excited.
Yeah.
You can't read it.
Was it under the water or over the water? Oh! Oh. It's just a dog. This is weird, but also really good.
So, my best guess of what happened here is that they needed some sort of pre-show.
Yeah.
Had a plan for it. Corona happened, they couldn't shoot it.
He has no ears.
So they used pre-existing footage with graphics and then someone's home dog. Someone's
Yeah.
pet.
Oh no! Oh man, this is so funny. They've like really not been super buzzed and hyped about this set or this thing, but the production value here is nuts.
Yeah, so mana crystals come without mana, some of them required.
Mystical tinctures.
In Magic lore,
8 flavor variety.
crystals don't.
There's 3 more colors of mana in this set.
No, it'll be like a combination, right?
Hey Edgardo, I think you might be our only viewer right now. Is the audio levels okay?
We have 5 viewers. One of our
What
5
the hell?
viewers.
We have 5 viewers. Okay.
One of our 5.
People in the chat, are the levels okay? We've got this mic here. We have this on stereo. Is that alright? Are we all good? Absolutely fine. I think when the stream actually starts, I'll just put full screen and I'll get rid of the Twitch chat. Oh, it's a sale now. I wonder, is that Wizard's hotline? The phone number?
What happens if you call that? Is that a US number?
It is a US number.
Okay, someone
But-
call that number.
No.
We're not paying the international toll fee, but someone else call it.
Over 2,000 combinations to treat every element. This is so weird.
Blink.
What is this? Is this supposed to be like
Thank you,
setting
Agardo.
the scene?
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming
Definitely
Ikoria, it's a new thing for Magic. For Ikoria is gonna have some sort of crystal artifacts.
Ikoria's a brand
and
new
and they're gonna be mana artifacts.
plane. And have you seen the book cover yet?
No.
The book cover yet has the villain, a dude with a giant gem, and the giant gem on it has a reflection of a lion. So it seems like it's some sort of transmutive crystal that can
Yeah.
transform and mash up animals or something.
Well, I'm
It's-
guessing you can also store mana in crystals or something.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you do have
It's
to put mana into the
It's a
crystals
plot
to get the
device.
thing
It
out.
does the thing you need to when you need to in your story. Is that London?
Yeah, but it's interesting lore-wise because it's not.
Yeah.
It's a new
Do you
style
think we're gonna
thing.
get our first rock planeswalker?
This monk from a local abbey
I think
say
that would
they've
become
seen the real thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was looking for
Purified rock.
That looks like found footage.
really.
If it's not,
And,
if they actually went
when
out
I
and like
saw
script
this
this, filmed it on this, that's
It's
really
usually
impressive.
described as like a
Judging
No,
by the
like
chat.
there's no way that they went out and filmed this because like why would you?
Good luck.
Like even this looks like they've taken footage that was originally in an infomercial ad
Yeah.
and they've just put their own weird annotations over the top of it.
3 bonus stones. Oh,
I'm such a sucker for infomercials. I kind of want to buy them.
yeah. Oh, the footsteps. Yeah.
That's neat.
For those
I like that a lot.
for those in the Twitch chat, confirm. Are we gonna see Godzilla today in our stream? Are we getting officially Godzilla licensed cards like we had in the leaks? Make your final calls now. You got 8 minutes left. Make your calls. Make your hot takes.
I'm gonna be so disappointed if these Godzilla cards. It's just like taking it too far. People were annoyed in our drain when the fairy tales were slightly too Disney-ish. They went
Yeah.
a little bit too Disney.
Yeah.
Imagine if they put an actual copyrighted character in Magic.
Oh, we'll probably see Cure on this. Like, it just makes sense.
No, but like another like this just breaks the world building if it's like Godzilla.
No, I mean, like, we might see. Sorry.
Was that not related?
No, yeah, not related.
Okay. I think you were saying go Cure as a copyrighted character.
I love you so much. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god, he's so cute. The sleepies. Oh, it's adorable. It's precious.
Who needs magic spoilers when you can just watch a dog in a costume?
Oh, it's only 56 left. No, 57.
54, 52, 51. Quick, buy now, buy now.
Oh, 16-year limited warranty. What happens after 16 years?
What are they warranted for? I guess because they stole mana.
What the hell?
This is making me uncomfortable that they're like merging things into our world.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like this might be like the end of the world, and we just don't know it.
They get
International tolls might apply. Do you think this is actually? Knowing wizards, that might actually just be like a secret lair.
000 yards.
Oh, we are looping now though. We've seen this. We've seen this already.
we didn't have the audio.
Oh, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
We didn't have the bird.
No, we did. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
This is exactly what. Yeah. Okay. Wow, they couldn't even fill 15 minutes. Are you serious? They went this far for only 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ah, come on. Oh. No, yeah.
No, we were saying this.
It's looping now. Yeah, everyone, come on. Oh, they went so far with the production quality, but then they couldn't fill out the other 7.5.
Did they go so far with the production quality?
I would say so.
Okay.
Like, if you had to make that for the pre-show, it's effort to make that.
There's some good editing in there.
Mm.
In terms, I don't think they shot anything except for the dog.
I mean, I feel like the dogs.
They might have shot the gems.
So this pretty much confirms Godzilla. It's Tokyo. It's the busy Tokyo walkway.
I mean,
that's oh no, that's not. Oh,
there's something flying.
yeah.
Does it confirm anything?
I should get my Simic Monsters deck and just hold up every card they reveal. Like, oh, we gotta get rid of this and oh.
Light
We're gonna get
ash,
so many
chance of
spoils
slime,
today.
all day eclipse. Slime. Oozes?
Probably, yeah. Oh, I hope they show off the Elemental Order today. I'm so excited for that. Elemental Order! Elemental Order! I'm so sad it's looped.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying this.
I don't mind watching it like once more.
Yeah.
Because it was so weird that I wasn't even watching it properly.
Oh, we got 6 viewers. Hello everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us. What time is it for everyone? I don't know what everyone is. It is 3:11 a.m. for us. What time is it for you guys? How late is it? Or early or normal is it for you all?
Footprint mapping.
Footprint mapping.
Living with the backgrounds, crossing the park, painting trees with Cynthia.
The mana burns.
Truant growth, Shivan Wagon.
I think the sad part is that they put so much effort into this, but there's nothing here. There's no hints. There's no nothing. It's just what if?
I mean, the hint,
Wait,
the
why
hint,
is it-
the
why
hint
is
is
it-
monsters
why is that
and
building
possibly
glowing?
mana crystals.
Why is that whole building a crystal now? Is that what it's meant to be?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what this is. I saw this first time.
Bam. No, I don't know.
Crystals come without mana. Some assembly required. Oh, 3 minutes left though. 3 minutes. Oh, that's. No, I just missed it for a second.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the trailer. I feel like it's gonna be like Eldraine level amazing.
Yeah.
If they've done all this hype and the trailer just ends up being like the Theros trailer where someone walks up to a
This just is
wall.
the trailer just gonna loop
Yeah, I
this
know,
twice
right?
over
Yeah.
and then we're done.
Yeah.
Look out! That slithering death is right on you! He'll crush your bones into jelly! Look out, boy! Look out!
It's interesting that they're very blatant about how this is gonna be another set that's watered down stuff found in already like society, like how Eldraine was a watered down fairy tales and Theros is
Many
watered down
people like
Theros
this
media
monk
and
from
I
a
mean sorry
local abbey
Roman
Greek
say
Greek
they've
media.
seen the real thing.
This was not even subtle. It's like haha here's all the things that we based off. Yeah, and yeah, this is the second time it's playing. They only figured out 7.5 minutes of thing
That's
at
usually
Garda.
described as.
Feels a bit hit or miss though, because I feel like the things that they're basing it off don't fit as well in like a magic world, possibly, as like
Oh yeah, like Godzilla.
planes that are based on cultures are very successful. So everyone, like Amonkhet, Theros, everyone's clamoring for like a Norse set. Eldraine had like the British medieval period undertones to it, as well as the fairy tale ones.
Alright, we're almost getting close now. Yep, just the last minute. Let's go full screen. Wonderful.
6 imbued gemstones, magically imbued by top-ranked wizards. We're gonna see wizards. That's my prediction.
There's the crystal on the left. Yep. Infinity stones in Ikoria.
Just Thanos shows up and kills half the monsters.
They just got rid of the price this time. There's just no price. We're giving them away.
This is a very cute picture of a dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it. Whoever filmed that has a really nice house.
Okay.
That's alien noises.
I know, right?
Don't like that.
Oh, here we go. That's it. That's the trailer. No. Oh, shoot.
Okay.
It looks like an animated land. Man, those people are way over their heads. Oh, here comes the jokey, funny part with the music choice. Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
She looks a lot like Tessa Thompson in Thor when she did that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a spider, right? That's like half spider. Oh, there's the cat dragon. Ooh. Here's a giant gem in the background. No!
These gems remind me a lot of
What the hell?
Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive.
Really? Okay.
Which makes me wonder if he had any, because I know he wrote a novel for Magic. I wonder if he had any influence of it.
Well, the writer is an ex-Magic writer. I don't know if it's who it is.
No, that's not who it is.
Yeah.
But like in terms of overriding plot and writing team.
I feel like a traditional arrow might even just be better here than your
Your
silly
magic
arrow
one?
that turns into like a weak puff of animal. Ooh! wasn't even worn. Oh no! The sales and bargains on these crystals are ending.
Get him quick.
Oh, he's still awake.
Okay, so the crystals regenerate the monsters?
Oh great, Black has some cool toys.
It's red though.
Big army. Oh no. Yes! Godzilla, there we go.
Come on.
There we go. We missed it. Well, I didn't really read it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read that.
Godzilla
God of
confirmed.
monsters.
Screw everyone who doubted that. Come on.
It's okay, someone have a screen grab of that.
Wow, that was our first look at Ikoria, the latest expansion from Magic the Gathering. In this world, humans are not at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're an endangered species.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Becca Scott. I'm here with my friend Josh Lequai, and we've got some incredible surprises in store for you today.
Sweet preview cards, a bunch of new mechanics, a whole slew of commander goodies. You know, that's my jam. And of course, we're introducing a new plane, Ikoria.
Yeah, mouth's
Layer
out
of
of sync.
That's right.
Just
For
gonna
the
annoy me.
first time, Wizards of the Coast has partnered with Toho, the legendary Japanese film studio, creator of such classic movie monsters as
See how mad the chat is.
Mothra, Ghidorah, and of course the biggest of them all, Godzilla.
Godzilla!
Yes!
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
stay
real.
tuned. We've got so
You
much
seem
in store for you.
excited.
You ready
Yeah.
to get started, Josh?
Excited on
I
that.
saw a couple
can't tell.
no's.
Look who it is, product architect Mark Hagan.
Hey, Becca.
Hey, Mark. So, tell me about this set. It seems unlike anything you've ever done before.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
brand new
is that
territory
Rao?
for us.
In
We
the back?
have been wanting to do a giant monster set for a
Doesn't
long
look like
time.
Rao.
All of our magic
Isn't
sets
that
have
on the
monsters,
villain?
but we wanted to find a home to really
Maybe.
dial them up to 11, have them knock over
That's
buildings, all that kind of
fucking
Yeah, but
King
what about
Kong.
the partnership?
stuff. Well, we had been working on what giant
Yeah,
monsters
I'm
might
gonna
look like in
guess.
Magic.
Go with the kaiju,
And
stay
then
with
Yeah.
the
one
kaiju.
day, our Japan team came to us with an idea. They sat us down and they said, what if Godzilla was in the set? And we said, well, yeah, sure, there's a lot of Godzilla energy and attitude. We got you covered. And they said, no. What if Godzilla was literally in the set? So they had our attention. They got on a plane, they flew to Japan, and they started a relationship with Toho Company, the people that have
so
been
much.
bringing giant monsters to movie screens around the world for generations.
Right.
And so we're pleased to say that we now have a set that kind of merges the Godzilla world with a magic world.
A thing no one asked for.
Exciting way.
Yeah, Ikoria, lair of behemoths.
That's it.
It's no joke. All right, I want to show you guys so much
Who's
more
to explain
about
that?
this world. So let's go check it out.
Doesn't necessarily.
Oh my gosh, it's principal creative designer.
I
Doug
guess this
Byer.
is Lair of Behemoth makes
So
this
good. How about you,
Godzilla's
Doug?
home
Great.
world. Like
Okay,
Leo.
so it looks like the
Oh,
team
it's
at
so
Wizards
weird.
really outdid themselves with Ikoria. What is this place?
Ikoria is a world of monsters. We get to showcase huge monsters
Ooh.
all the way down to small monsters. This place
Aw.
is designed to show off
I like
why
that.
monsters are cool. So it's a playground of things
I
to
like all the
stomp,
stuff
crush,
except for
destroy.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
It sounds great for really
It's
big
good-
creatures,
Godzilla's
but
just
I
a
feel
promo.
very, very small. What's it like for
I mean, it has
humans in
huge
this
implications
plane?
if you
Are they just always
if you
terrified
like
all the
anything about
time?
law.
Most of them, yeah. They're just holing up in cities as best they can. They've built massive protected cities called sanctuaries, and the humans here do their best to use their magic and weapons, anything they can, to keep monsters at bay.
And we saw Vivian being super badass in the trailer.
That's true. Vivian is here. She has come to Ikoria.
Speaking of Vivian, can we see her? Can we show them?
Oh, you want to see a card?
I think
Oh,
they do.
yep, there you go.
All
Okay.
right, we've got
You
Vivian,
can look at the top of your library at any
Monsters
time and make
Advocate.
custom jobs. Oh,
3,
God.
a green and a green. She's a
I like
3
that.
loyalty planeswalker, and her static
Wow.
ability says you may look
Vigilance
at the
counter,
top
reach
part of
counter,
your
return
library
counter.
at
Oh
any
my God, it's
time.
oh,
You may cast
pods.
creature spells from the top of your library. Her +1 ability says create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Put your choice of a vigilance counter,
That's
a
pretty
reach counter,
good.
or a trample
5 mana is a
counter
bit
on it. And
high.
her -2 ability is
Not
when
for
you
that.
cast
Not
your
for that.
next
Take
creature
them. That's not
spell
even
this
an
turn,
alt.
search your
Yeah.
library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it onto the battlefield,
You straight up
then
pod.
shuffle your library.
I think.
So Vivian
Yeah.
is here, and I've also heard that maybe there's a new character.
That's true. That Vivian runs into a new character named Luca.
Also
He's a new
confirmed,
Planeswalker character. It's from Ikoria. So
Collectibles.
we'll get to
That
see
alt-
more.
yeah,
later
Oh, that's already
on
confirmed.
about
No, but did that
I
didn't
want to
have a
see more
collectible
right now.
one? Did that
We've
had a
got
masterpiece?
Luca Coppercoat
Oh no, maybe it didn't.
Outcast.
Maybe
His
I was.
casting cost is 3 red and red. His loyalty starts at 5. His +1 ability says exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creature cards exiled this way gain. You may cast this card from exile as long as you control a Luca
What?
Planeswalker. His
That's
-2
very
ability
narrow. This
is
has to be-
exile target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with higher converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your
transforms,
library in
right.
a random order.
Yeah,
And
that's
his
called,
ultimate
basically.
ability for -7 is each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each
That's a nice card for
opponent.
commander.
So they
I've
just
got a new
introduced two
Planeswalker crush. I love Luca.
Yeah.
Tell me more about why he's here.
So Luca is here. He's
Puzzle me
part
fair
of the
if you didn't keep
military.
your
His job
points.
is to keep cities safe from
I
monsters.
guess that's how
But
that's
he's
done.
kind of torn because during the course of the story, he finds that he has this mystical connection with monsters. It's called bonding, and that means that you have this kind
Okay.
of emotional and
Banding's back,
connection
guys.
with a monster. Bonding is a huge part of Ikoria, and so the more
Must
that
be a
human
You
and
heard it here
monster
first.
bond,
Banding's
the more that they bring out the best in each other. They grow, they gain new
Oh my
abilities,
gosh.
they mutate.
You say mutate.
So it's like-
that feels like a very important word.
Oh, not
What does
bonding?
mutate
Okay.
mean?
So monsters on this world mutate and change and grow in the presence of crystals. So these mystical crystals create this power, this force that causes monsters to mutate and gain new abilities.
So
Oh,
we've
those look
learned
like
a lot
basic land
about what
arts.
happens here. This place seems to be growing and changing and evolving. What is actually going on within the story of Ikoria?
Right, so we're coming into
For that, you'll have
Ikoria
to buy the
intense
book.
time. Creatures are mutating and hybridizing more than ever. The city of Drannith, which is the largest sanctuary in this plane, is being attacked on all sides, and Luca is there, stuck in the middle. He's formed this connection with this monster, but that's pulling away from his duties. He's actually in a relationship with Jarina, who's the daughter of the general, his boss. So he's stuck between worlds. He has to figure
I
out
like
what
the
to
world
do.
building.
Vivian is there as well. They're all going to come together.
Vivian is there.
Yeah.
Huge situation.
Her kids are
Where can
here.
people find all this lore if they want to read more of it?
You can learn all about this in the story that's going to be written by Django Wexler. You can find it on Amazon.
Amazing. Check out that ebook on Amazon. Also, it sounds
I'll
like
rush to it after the
Ikoria
last
is
one.
not
Yeah.
just a place for all this beautiful lore and these new adventures to take place, but also has some incredible new gameplay mechanics. And it looks like Josh has cornered Mark to dive deeper into that.
So, Mark, I want to go back
Oh,
to something
different Mark.
Doug mentioned a minute ago. It's this idea of bonding and the special
I think
connection
people saying
between
how
a human and a
excited Mark was when
monster.
it was
Can you
good.
talk to us about what that means?
Oh, it's a
in
hippo.
gameplay?
Yeah, so we
thing
have
in
a
the
brand new
background.
mechanic that expresses that same idea. It's called Companion.
I got an idea, actually.
It's quite cool.
What if, to make it easier for the audience to understand, we showed them a new card?
Show 'em a card?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And we just so happen to be here in front of Karuga Macro Sage. So
What a
let's take look.
coincidence.
Creatures with Companion work in
Dinosaur
two ways. You
there.
can either put them in your deck and cast them as normal for their casting
What?
cost that you'd expect,
Mhm.
or they have a Companion ability, which is a special requirement, a deck building requirement. So with Karuga here, Karuga likes big things. So if you build your whole deck such that everything has a converted mana
Oh,
cost
man,
of
this is
3
a
or
Hearthstone
more, or it's a
mechanic.
land,
This
so
is
your
gonna
whole
be
deck kinda goes
standard
big.
legal.
Then Karuga is pleased and will be your companion.
What's that mean?
Well, if you meet that requirement, then Karuga can start the game outside the game.
I called it!
And be your companion.
I called it!
So that, it's almost as if they're in your hands. So you can cast them out of that
They just
zone.
put the
and then
Command zone and save.
Command
I
zone.
called it!
Kind of swoop in and save the day.
Yes!
I like
I
this
called
because
it!
it reminds me of.
You're saying yes
something
because you
from
called
my-
it or
my
because you're
favorite
hyping about
format.
the mechanics?
Absolutely.
I'm so scared.
Definitely kind of going for that
I'm so scared it's gonna
vibe and
break.
attitude And kind of bringing that into.
Oh
draft
God,
or
I'm so
Seal or even standard.
I'm so
Wow,
happy.
That opens up a whole world of possibilities. So Ikoria is this
You know,
realm,
Magic
this world
players don't
where
like
there's just
change.
kaiju and monsters running around everywhere.
Oh, let's
right?
look at the Twitch chat.
So I want to know,
Yeah.
what are your favorite monsters?
Yeah, I like
Two commanders.
I like the variety. I like the
Standard
yeah,
commanders.
yeah, and
Commander
Commander, you're gonna
standard.
stick in Commander.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so.
You think this is cute?
Who doesn't? Look at this thing, a Nightmare Pangolin. It's what you've always wanted. And you can get a little bit bigger. We have stuff like Huntmaster Liger, so kind of a big ferocious cat
Mutate
beast.
is back.
And then it goes all the way up to the top. So we have
Oh,
Aluna
Mutate's a new
Apex
thing.
of Wishes. Is
Oh
an
God, this is going
example
so
of a
fast.
big
What the
combination,
hell?
kind of
It's
super
okay,
connected
we'll look at them
patterns.
later. Someone will get screen grabs.
Oh, that looks fucking sick though.
And actually, this is a good opportunity to explain what you're seeing here.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
3 different versions.
Right, 3 versions of Aluna Apex of Wishes. So
Okay.
you have the regular version. We also have a showcase version, so that's kind of an alt art, alt style.
Oh my
Wait,
God,
hang on a
looks
second.
sick.
I'm looking at the 3rd version here.
Right.
It doesn't say Aluna. That's not the name of the card.
Right, no, it says Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. So
What?
this is one of our Toho creatures, and this is how they work. This is how we brought them in. From a rules perspective, it's the same card. You could have a total of 4 of any of these in your deck.
It counts as Aluna.
It counts as Aluna. It is Aluna.
It's just the
and you can even see we have a
official,
little frame here with
altar.
the Ghidorah up top.
They've
and then
got
if you look
different
underneath
names.
That,
Yeah, right
that's
there.
the rules name, Aluna.
Oh.
But the flavor name is Ghidorah. So this is how
It's
you
just
can
an
have that
altar.
choice. If you like Aluna and you want to rock with her, then put her in. If Ghidorah is your guy, then this is your opportunity.
Just for the record, Ghidorah, That's what's going in all my decks.
Great.
Ghidorah.
Yeah, good choice.
All right, well, I'm sure astute viewers out there are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. On 2 of the cards we just looked at, 2 of them had the word mutate, a new mechanic. Can you explain to us what mutate is?
Yeah, so
So much to wrap your head around. I'm still stuck on. We now have a second
Yeah, no, they just zoomed right
and
past
existence
that.
standard.
Play out in the game. So mutate is how that works. Mutate is a way to combine 2 monsters into one. You can cast a creature with mutate as you normally would. It just goes onto the battlefield. Or if you already have a creature in play that's not a human, because humans don't mutate, any other creature out there, you can mutate a card from your hand onto that. And when you do that, you kind of combine them into one super monster. So you put the new card either on top or below the monster that's already out there, and then at that point they're treated as one creature. So they have
It's like the
power
onset
and
mechanic,
toughness
but
of
better.
whatever creature's on top. So you usually put the big one on top.
Gotcha.
But they have the
Yeah,
ability
so
to
that was hinted heavily. Macros would have hinted
So
that
it's kind of
heavily
like build your own monster.
But
and his Tumblr.
he also confirmed that it wasn't that as well.
Yeah, but we knew it was going to be pretty
Oh,
close.
you can mutate more than once.
Right, you can just keep chaining. And a lot of them have a mutate ability, which is something that triggers when they mutate, kind of either onto or coming out of your hand. So you can imagine if
Let's go back
you
to the
get kind of a stack
non-human
of
bit.
these things,
So you're
and you
saying
add a
that like
fourth onto the
humans
pile,
are
and all the
different from
ability to
every
trigger
other
things
creature,
get out of hand.
including human creatures. So you can mutate a vampire, who might once been human.
I mean,
but it's not.
And you can mutate an angel, and you can mutate.
I've heard some rumors that maybe
Yes.
there is one returning mechanic. Is that true?
What they're saying is furries are not allowed. You just, if you're human, you're out. Oh, cycling's back.
Vampire Fury.
Oh, are they gonna finish the cycling line cycle?
Late in the game, you're ready to rock. If you want to get
They
it
must
earlier,
be.
you can cycle.
There's no way.
That's the cycle they're
Yeah,
finishing.
okay. We're getting cycling lines, guys.
Great mechanic. Makes any
That's
limited
more tap
environment
lands.
just so much smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great.
Better
All right,
than
before we go, I feel like we should talk about one more mechanic here.
Yeah.
And it might just be, my personal favorite mechanic in the entire set.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. We have ability counters.
Yeah.
You want to see one?
Yes,
Oh,
this
that's
kind of
was,
already sold.
they
Yeah,
hinted
that's
at it.
actually a
It's pretty
rhetorical question. I do wanna
self-explanatory.
see
Yeah,
it.
we already see it on Vivian's
So
card.
we'll take a look at Luminous.
Everyone's worked out what this
This
is.
is an example of how we're doing ability counters.
Oh.
They work kind of like you'd imagine. They go onto creatures,
Yeah.
and then they give that creature an ability, like flying or trample, those kind of things.
Oh my
How
god, this
cool.
art.
I feel
So
like this set
it's
is
not
gonna be
just
real
flying
annoying for
that it
tabletop
gets
play.
You can get trample, hexproof, first strike.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
Fuck
of
a
abilities
table,
in the
play
set,
online.
and you can kind of mix and match them and find all kinds of combinations.
So it really is like build your own kaiju.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, very, very cool. Well, let's show everybody some more.
Yeah.
All right, it's the time, it's the moment that we've all been waiting for, or at
that
least
art
I've
looks
been
so
waiting
sick.
for. We're going to talk Commander.
Finally here, yeah.
Mark, do you want to quickly explain for anybody out there who may not know what Commander is?
Yeah, Commander is our most casual, freewheeling
Anyone
format.
know
Play with a
what
group of friends around the
Commander is
table.
was watching this
Play with
video?
100 cards at a time, and each deck is led by a commander.
It's our most
Like,
casual format as well.
I'm sure there are players
So,
that don't know what
seriously, if you
Commander
haven't
is,
tried
but
it,
I'm
you
also
need
sure
to
they're not
check it
tuned
out.
into
It's
this.
the best. I'm not lying. Okay, so this year, y'all are doing something a little bit different, though, with the Commander product than you've done in the past.
We have a release of Commander decks. C20 is what we're on now. But this time we lined it up with Ikoria. So instead of having its own standalone creative, we just kind of welcomed it into the world of Ikoria. So it takes place in the world of Ikoria. It shows off that kind of creative and some of those characters, tells parts of the story,
Lips
but with the
don't
Commander
sync.
deck. So it all comes out as kind of a big Ikoria package.
I like this because it's going to give me a chance to play with all the new kaiju that you created.
Yeah, lots of new stuff to pull into your Commander deck.
Okay, so there's all these new cards coming out. They're just for Commander.
Yep.
You know what I'm going to ask.
Yes, you can see some cards.
Yes, I like this guy.
Yeah, so we have, there's 17 new cards per deck. There's 5 decks. So this is the most new cards we've ever done for a Commander release. But right now, why don't we show you 5? Let's see the 5 face cards of the Commander decks.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, World needs Cathrall Aspect
colors.
Warper.
Cool text.
2, a white, a black, and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature. Of course, Nightmare
These
Insect.
Okay, so
When
this
Cathrall
is
enters the
there's been a
battlefield,
card
put
like
a
this,
flying counter on
but
any
just not with
creature you
counters.
control
Yeah.
If a creature card in your graveyard has flying, repeat this process
Damn,
for
but
first strike,
Cathrall
double
reach
strike,
count
death
this way?
touch,
What?
hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and
So
vigilance.
fill your graveyard.
Any
Put a
creature you
+1/+1
control,
counter on
not so you can put it on her.
For each
Yeah.
counter put on a creature this way. Wow. Next up is Gavi Nest Warden, 2 blue, red, and white for a 2/5 legendary creature human shaman. You may pay 0 rather than pay the cycling cost of the first card you cycle
That's
each turn.
not strong.
Whenever you draw your second card each
Oh,
turn,
that'll
create
be-
a 2/2
you'll be able to
red
break
and
that, I
white
bet.
You can only
dinosaur
cycle once,
cat
though, for
creature
free.
token. The next one is Jarina
Per
Kudro,
turn.
1 red, white, and black, 4 mana total for a 3/3 legendary creature, human soldier. When Jarina Kudro
yeah.
enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token
those who like
for
to play
each
humans.
time you cast a commander from the command
You
zone
can't
this
mutate.
game. Other humans you control get +2/+0.
I haven't found one
And then
that I
we've
wanna buy
got
yet.
Calamax, the Storm Sire. 1, a green, a blue, and a red.
Oh.
For a 4/4 legendary creature, elemental dinosaur. Whenever you cast your first instant spell
each turn.
when
Ooh.
Calamax the Storm Sire is
Teamer
tapped,
value.
copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Whenever you copy an instant spell, put a 1/1 counter on Caliban.
Interesting.
And finally, we have Otrini, the ever playful.
The mutate
3,
trait.
a black, a green, and a blue for a 6/6 legendary creature, Nightmare Beast. But this commander has mutate. So if you pay 1, a black, a green, and a blue, 4 mana,
just mutate
if you
commander.
cast this spell for its mutate cost, put it over or under target non-human creature you own. They mutate into the creature on top plus all the abilities from under it. It also has trample,
The ever
and whenever
playful.
this creature deals combat damage
let's
to a
cheese
player,
out your commander.
return target creature card with mutate from your
Oh.
graveyard.
This card is going to be
There
the
you
best
go.
card
Oh,
in,
there you go. I
the,
can
in the
stand
deck.
here with you all day and brew around all these new commanders. I'm so excited. It makes me really want to play, actually. Hey, Becca, you want to get a game in?
You know I do, buddy.
Are we just
But
watching Game
first
Nights?
we
Oh,
need
no,
to
okay.
talk about the monster in the room, Godzilla.
We do not want to ignore the king of the monsters.
You definitely can. He gets very testy when you do that.
It's true.
Okay, so working with our friends at Toho, did that impact the design process at all?
Well, the cool thing was the world building of Ikoria was already having things like Godzilla in mind. This classic movie monster vibe was part of the inspiration that went into the creation of the set. So when this partnership arose with Toho, it just all made sense.
Okay, but when you're putting in these classic movie monsters like Mothra, like Godzilla, how do you fit that into the existing world of Magic and stay true to that?
Yeah, this is
The
my
Magic
fucking
world building is
question.
always a huge part of our focus, so we want to make sure that that stays a huge part of Magic all the time. But we want to create a situation where if people are excited about Godzilla and his friends, they can opt in by collecting these versions of those same creatures.
Speaking of style, I gotta
Muffin
talk about
boy.
something I'm very personally excited about, which is the collector boosters that started happening with Throne of Eldrin. Are we gonna get more of that with the alternate card art?
Yeah, so in collector boosters and draft boosters, you'll be able to open these alternate art versions of all the mutate creatures in the set, plus some other goodies that are in those alternate styles. And we were always trying to bring a visual style that made sense with the theme of the world. So for
Comic
this time,
book.
we've got this kind of like
Yeah.
over-the-top movie poster, comic book
Oh,
style.
that's so
It's line
cool.
dependent, it's graphical, it's really in your face. So all these creatures come right out of the frame, right at you. And that's what we wanted to deliver for fans of that Boost Fund treatment.
It looks so awesome, and I think I speak for all the fans when I say this is going to be a truly epic expansion. Well, that's it, friends. We hope you enjoyed this peek into Ikoria,
Everyone's
Lair
very
of
excited.
Behemoths.
I am so excited about this set. We got tons of new cards, new mechanics, new commander decks, huge monsters.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the battlefield.
Is that it?
Wasn't
So-
kidding, by the way. There's 4 of us. We could play commander right
I feel
now.
like I just got
How are we gonna get
slapped
the
in
new
the
decks,
face
though?
with information.
We're for
and
Wizards,
then
we
I
have them
leave.
right here.
I feel like they need to follow this up with something. But
Well, we'll see.
yeah, look, TM Wizards, TM Toho.
It's so the Godzilla thing is so weird. I did not believe that they would actually ever do that.
Back to Channel Fireball already?
No, we'll replay it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We got tons of new cards,
Oh,
new
okay.
mechanics,
We'll just
new
replay the
commander
video?
decks, huge monsters.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for watching. We'll
Oh,
see you on the
subscribe to the wrong
battlefield.
bit.
Wasn't kidding, by the way. There's 4 of us. We could play commander right now.
How are we going to get the new decks, though?
We work for Wizards, we have them right here.
Yeah, come on, let's
Hilarious scripting.
cut straight into an episode of the Command Zone, of Game Nights. That would
Yeah.
be so good. But,
That would make staying up till 3 a.m. worth it.
yeah.
Okay, so that was it then, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd missed a bit and were coming back for it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, no. We kill MTG after the debut. I think they're pulling some more cards.
Yeah, it'll... Macro sort of... I
Yeah.
don't know the
They'll
rest of
definitely
them.
talk about products and some more spoilers for sure.
Yeah, it'll be a way slower pace though. They'll go into like explaining and stuff. So, Command Zone and Standard.
Yeah.
That one's the one that stuck with me.
Let's see if we can pull up some of the spoilers that are probably on Reddit right now.
I thought the only thing that I could be... I thought the Godzilla thing would be the thing that was going to keep me up at night.
Yeah.
But no!
And yeah. Companion.
So now we have confirmed 3 versions of every card. Not every card, most cards. a lot of
Yeah, I
cards.
know. Yeah.
So you have one with a different name, but is the same name. An alt art, and then a
Oh,
normal one.
there you go. Social isolation.
It's like foil
I
and shit.
am still catching my breath
from that debut.
When crew
we have
installs the
so
draw
much to
card for
talk
each of the
about.
permanent you control. Goes 3 or greater.
Monsters are everywhere, and today we have some awesome humans.
Do you see this?
To
Your
talk
starting
about
deck only
everything you just saw. We
3 or
just threw
greater
a
and land
ton
cards.
of information
draw a
at
card for
you,
each of the permanent you
and we
control
want to
with
make
permanent
sure
numbers
to
3 or
go
greater.
through all of it. With some
So
of the people
that's
who made this.
yeah.
So
So that was the
hello
other
and welcome to
mechanic
the
that I also
Ikoria
raised an
Layer
eyebrow
15
at,
minutes
Is that
which is
Steely set?
we're gonna talk.
That's a Steely card? I don't know.
well, no. You only contain cards with CMC 3 or greater.
Oh, only 3 or greater. All right.
And then
okay. Oh,
draw a
wow.
card for each of the permanent you control with
Oh,
CMC
that
3
seems
or
such a hard build around.
Yeah.
All right, let's tune it back in.
When we dreamed up this monster kickoff day, but we also know how many of you are looking forward to today, seeing all the previews, and to learning more about the world of Ikoria and having some fun. And so I hope you're all viewing this in that spirit and enjoying some of the things we're showing off and celebrating today.
And
Wow,
in
look at
that
that.
spirit, we have
Companion
two
has
extremely
its
special
own
guests
section.
here to go over some really cool
Because
stuff
of-
in Ikoria.
because of the mechanic.
Of course, it's
Yeah, because
Mark
it's
Rosewater,
fucking
your
weird.
future yoga
It's a weird.
teacher.
I mean,
And,
Hearthstone
and
did
we
this
have
2
Dave
years ago.
Humphreys here
Yeah, but
from,
Hearthstone
Magic
is like
Tabletop
online
Studio.
only.
Yeah,
Guys,
well,
welcome.
you know how
Thanks
their
for coming
card
on the
design's
show.
been.
I know.
pushing
I
this
know.
direction.
They've been pushing.
Oh,
that.
could they have not
And,
sent Dave a better camera or like a setup?
We're gonna spend a lot of time with
This
Dave
reminds me of my
today,
work from home
so
meetings.
Start thinking up questions. I'm sure you have a
can see it
ton
right up his
about
nose.
Ikoria, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
answer
rude. That's
what
rude.
might be one of them
But
right
I
off
can.
the bat.
I can.
Yeah.
Every
Up a little
set
higher.
Hey, they
has
could have just
a
changed the angle.
And you may be
Hold on.
wondering,
Oh god, this is so live. He just adjusted his webcam. Oh boy.
I'm going to call it a monster-sized buy box promotion because we have a lot
Oh, yeah, buy
going
box.
on. Obviously, things are a bit different right now, and so pre-ordering is tough. In some places in the world, most places in the world, the set's not even releasing until May 15th. But it's really helpful to stores if you pre-order.
They say it's
So if
not
you're
releasing
able to
till then,
pre-order,
so that's like a
stores are
long
able to
time away.
pre-order.
Mm.
We want to tell you
I wanna buy
what
2
you can
boxes.
get with your pre-order at participating WPN game stores. So if you pre-order a box, again, at any local WPN store that's participating, not only will you get the Buy a Box Godzilla that we showed off before, and not only will you get one of the random Godzilla series monster cards that we started showing off, we'll be showing off all day, but you also get this arena bundle that our producer is going to throw up on the screen.
Finally.
They'll send you a code as soon as they're able to, and you can show off on Arena that you
Is that
helped
the trophy?
out the
Yeah, from the-
store with the Sarah Benevolent Avatar.
Don't
a
understand
Manvault
scarcity
card
for
sleeve,
someone
Yeah.
who runs a company based on.
That's a bit rude.
support your local game store.
It's a real pretty Is that
It's
a?
monocrypt.
But now,
It looks like a
move
monocrypt.
Yeah.
on
No,
to
well that
Yeah.
the card back.
Yeah.
No, it's like crystal.
Let's move on to the
It looks like a
monsters
monocrypt
and
to
the
me.
mayhem and the humans that are here to tell us all about it. We have so much to recap. We have to start with the Godzilla series monster stuff. Let's look at one of the ones that we showed off on stream. Let's pull off the Luminous Broodmoth Mothra combo. And
Are you familiar
Dave,
with like the
what
Godzilla
heck are
series
we
at all?
doing here
Yeah,
with
I'm
Godzilla
like as
monsters
familiar
and
as the
dating
average
magic?
person
Yeah,
who's
okay.
like seen a Godzilla
Yeah,
movie.
it was a great opportunity to
Whatever
make
creature
a
you
special
control
deal,
dies when you
with them,
control without
the,
flying dies,
you know,
which for the
Luminous
benefit
Broodmoth
owners
is
control with a
really
flying
cool
counter
and
on
it
it. That's
features keyword counters. Keyword
really
counters are
good.
just one of many ways in the set that you sort of get to build your own monster, if you will.
Presumably there's
It
remove
was an
counter
idea that
synergies
came
as
up
well.
actually with Amin
Yes.
Cut. I was the lead design,
Unproliferate.
Amin Cut, and we had the punch out cards there. That came
Which
with packs, and
I
at
did
that
think
point
that's
I
actually
realized that
really
this
good
is
planeswalker
something that we
removal.
could use
That's how they're gonna
to show
introduce really good
persistence
planeswalker removal.
I mean, it's gonna be too strong if they've just like
remove
infused
all
me-
counters from target permanent.
I mean, we already have that, right?
You know,
Yeah,
we
here and
had
there.
this card as something
But
like let's
And I think we have it from
have something
planeswalker or
that
creature.
resembles Mothra in some way. Certainly, that was the
Oh,
inspiration.
there's remove 5 counters.
For this card
Yeah,
design.
that's it. Yeah, that's
and,
it.
So yeah, when we were able to actually bring it together, with a variant that has Mothra.
Man, that's a mythic. That's actually kind of disappointing for a mythic.
Very nice.
I like that
And
they
then
put the weird art.
So Dave, how did you
on
work
the
the Godzilla
second
series
card on the
monsters
promo
into
card.
the
Yeah,
set? Did you,
of course.
Did you design
But
around them? Did you pick cards that had
It's gonna be
similar
such a headache.
flavor to them? How did you
If
pick
there's
those out?
like 3 arts for
Right.
everything.
Process-wise, this happened once we were already pretty far along in design, so a lot of it was, I mean, again, we were drawing inspiration from a lot of popular media, so certainly there's some cards that were things that we already had in mind that could match other things in popular media.
Oh, got 9 viewers now.
Do you?
Hey everybody.
A lot of the
Do
cards
you?
we,
So
we
do you
just tried
like?
to find the best fit. Like we.
Do you like that they brought in Godzilla?
I like it.
You
I
like
I
it?
like the official licensed promos. I think it's cool.
I hate it so much.
I have no problem against giving people more choices.
No. Like the character Godzilla is there. Do you like that the character Godzilla
As a promo, yeah.
is now part of the Magic Universe?
It's not. It's just a promo.
And Mothra?
Let's see here.
Those are cards. Those are playable cards.
No, I know that, but it's just alters. They're just alters.
Let's talk about Godzilla.
Yeah, but
Let's
like,
talk about
They're just
what are
alters.
the more implications?
So
of
Godzilla
that?
They're not
King of
in
Monsters
the
is
game.
buy
They're
box
not in the game.
promotional
It's
card,
Godzilla, and then that replaces. Yeah, see,
buy box
it's actually Zerotha, but it's just a Godzilla pro. It's just an alter. Lethal damage Delta creatures you control is determined by their power rather than their toughness. Oh.
Abilities like this before having to do with toughness. This is
That's reverse buttness.
So
It's punch butt.
Yeah,
instead of butt punch.
Yeah, it's butt punch.
Where you build really high toughness.
Oh my god, that's oh.
You know, at some point somebody had pitched this card design. How about you are rewarded for playing a high power deck where effectively you're.
That's interesting, and it's done to your creatures.
But you can go to combat first and then leave damage on things, and then you can play this, and then things will just only die because.
No, but it's to your creatures. Creatures you control.
Try to
Dealt two creatures you control.
Oh, okay.
So that would be bad. Don't do that. You could flash this in though.
Oh, it's Gruul though.
Not obviously it doesn't flash naturally. Does flash counters exist? That flash doesn't go on parameters, right?
Where did the concept for a world of monsters come from?
Okay, so
Yay, Mark.
when you build a world, the idea always is there's some inspiration, there's some like germ of an idea. And this got pitched as, I think we called it Monster Island is what we originally called it. Like, what if we took, you know, the Godzilla type monster movies as inspiration and made a set all about
idea. People are dying of coronavirus.
It's a virus. It's a virus of an idea. An idea is so viral.
How do we make a set in which monsters are the focus? And so we looked for keywords. Like every keyword in the set is something that we knew we could play monsters with. Mutate lets you build your monsters.
So excited. Mark is always so excited.
Cycling lets you
I feel like they just let a puppy out.
You can't cast them. And the keyword counters let you also like build the monster. So everything in the set was like monster, monster, monster. How do we make monsters the theme? And so we really
I am excited for this. I'm totally blindsided by the fact that Godzilla exists.
Don't just move past it. It's
and,
just
and
an
I'm
alter.
also I feel like I've been punched in the face by a second command zone.
Yeah.
Kind of about the story, but
which is totally overridden all my excitement for the actual mutate thing.
Well, the big idea is monsters exist. If you go to the source material, humans are a big part of monster movies because A, they're the victims of the monsters, and sometimes they're the enemies of the monsters, and sometimes they're the friends of the monsters. And so we want to put all that aspects up. So if you look in the set, like for example, mutate only mutates non-human. So you can't mutate a human, but there's human tribal in the set. There is human and monster tribal in the set. You know, there's we call them the bonders. So there's people that bond with monsters. There's people that fight.
It's interesting for standard that there's going to be mutate, which is non-human, given that we just had a Gruul deck that had a non-human theme.
Yeah.
Not like a deck, but we had a Gruul mechanic in our dragon that had non-humans theme.
Yeah,
there's monsters walking around. And so like,
oh,
okay,
it's quite elegant.
Live in shelters because there's
like Garrick Wild Speaker and stuff like that.
I'm stuck on the fact that a human can't mutate with a monster, but this vampire who looks almost exactly the same can.
With the monsters, there's a way to do that. So the set really, from a structural standpoint and from a cosmological standpoint, really said, hey, how would this work? What kind of world do monsters exist in?
Let's. So you mentioned it in there, mutate. Let's focus on mutate, and if producer Sean can show up the image of Luna Apex of Wishes, which is one of the cards that was previewed in the debut.
These look like fake alters you see on like Pinterest.
Mark,
you know, the ones that people digitally make just for like random other things.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're like the real ones that I can just like not bother with this, because I know some people
look at the mana cost, 3 split mana blue.
That it starts as this thing and it turns into that thing. But we thought that was kind of boring. Like the fact that it's always creature A and then always turns into creature B makes for repetitive game state. So what we said is, okay, we love the idea of little tiny monster slowly evolves into big monster. That's a staple of our source material. but we wanted some flexibility. And so what happened
That is very interesting because I mean you can mutate without red, whereas I would have thought mutate would be firmly a blue-green mechanic.
which is our one other kind of
Like Simic doesn't have much. Let it have mutate. Just let it keep mutate to itself.
But it was really like
Those sort of adept sort of mechanics.
And what
Flamed
happened
blue.
was in Vision Design we sort of made this crazy mechanic and we gave it to Set Design and they made it crazier.
Well, okay, Dave, that's where you come in, and you made it crazier. Talk about the development of Mutate from there.
Right. So when it was handed off, you had to match either a creature type or a keyword mechanic.
Pick card onto the battlefield or into your hand.
Like, oh, this would
that's so that's a weird.
But that was just really challenging in terms of deck building and drafting. You know, at some point we just to open it up that like, yeah, you would be able to mutate onto to any non-human creature, so that again there was just a lot more flexibility of combination things that you could get working together, and also as part of that, actually earlier in the process, we originally you were only carrying over that keyword counter. Or,
I just don't know how this mechanic gets around like 2-for-1. Like, this is just an aura. Your creatures are all auras or creatures, and I'm worried about how good that mechanic will be in competitive, because usually those are very 2-for-1.
Yeah, that's a point. I'm assuming that they'll be OP because of that.
Yeah.
And for limited removal will be scarce, which I hate in limited sets.
Oh, how does bouncing work? If you mutate against if you have two things mutated and you brazen borrow it, do they just both go to your hand?
We also set it up in a way that it gets, you know, kind of more and more.
I don't know. It seems very weird, and like host and augment was already a very weird mechanic.
Yes, please.
So one of the things that happens in design is there's this crystallizing moment where you early in design you play something and then just you realize you have the thing. So we were playing an early playtest. I was playing against Andrew Bean, who was on the playtest team, and I made a monster, and then he made a bigger monster, and then I made an even bigger monster, and he made an even bigger monster. And like that game just was like,
how does
that's when we knew like we had
it's the card on top, I assume.
The awesome thing, and
it turns into that creature.
Each other
so
with how big a monster you can build.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of work and a lot of fine tuning, but that moment was the moment where like, okay, we have the lightning in a bottle. We have something really cool.
Yeah.
And when you all get to play with it, the fact that you're constantly evolving monsters and making monsters in every game.
I'm so sad we don't get the pre-release for this, or like,
it is a really
but we can play an arena.
Thing. I mean, until you can play it, I mean, I can talk
about
it, but
it comes out first in arena anyway.
Yeah.
Which, as you combine 2, 3, 4 creatures
I'm
together,
always super excited for the set, so I'll ruin it for myself by doing it on arena.
We're about to
when it's like
talk
much
about
more exciting if you haven't touched
a little bit. Before I get to that, though, there are a bunch of questions in chat about how the mechanics work, and I want to point everyone in chat to a couple resources. We will try to answer some questions on this chat, but note that Mark and Dave are not on the rules side of things. But we'll do the best we can. But there are 2 great resources. If you head to dailymtg.com right now, the mechanics article is up. The videos are up for you to view. That will explain how the mechanics work, and it'll talk about things like how does it interact with commander attacks and that sort of thing. But additionally, if you
presumably it doesn't interact with command attacks.
Manager Eli
It'd be real weird if it did, given how it's worded.
Reddit, and Dave, are you part of that too?
Yeah, I'm part of that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're doing a Reddit kind of ask me almost anything about rules from Ikoria at 10 a.m. That
you are
is
not authorized
on
to access this page.
Magic TCG subreddit, so that is already up right now. If you want to start putting your questions in that subreddit, they're going to start answering them tomorrow morning.
That's why they put a command zone in for brawl.
So
it's not because they wanted brawl.
Yeah, those are 2 great resources.
Come on, prepare people.
They had to put it in because they needed the equivalent of it for the set.
I have a creature on the battlefield. I have a mutate card in my hand. I can cast my creature normally. I don't have to mutate the creature. You can just cast the creature if you want.
That's better
but
than
if you cast
augment.
Mutate, normally mutate cost is lower.
Yeah, that's better than orange.
And then I get to put it either on top or on bottom of a creature that I have on the battlefield. The creature being on top is important because the power and toughness on the creature on top is the power and toughness of the creature. But all abilities that are in the stack, like the text box of all the creatures, you get all those abilities. And another important thing is, let's say I mutate onto a creature, and my opponent destroys the creature I'm mutating onto.
Yeah.
Now, I don't get a mutate, but the creature does come into play as a creature. doesn't trigger the mutate.
What the
you know,
fuck?
What?
Doesn't trigger the mutate trigger, but you
What
still
the
get the creature.
fuck?
So they can't kind of like destroy it from under you.
Oh,
and
that's
destroy the creature
broken.
you're playing.
That's disgusting.
I missed anything, Dave?
Because
No, I
mutate's
mean, there's just
cheaper.
other subtle things
You get
bring
a
up,
free
like, so
fucking
you-
creature. It is better if they
Oh,
kill your
God.
creature in response.
to the, your
You
enemy
can
sense, like, your
theoretically,
creature,
I
you know,
guess,
that
you can
creature
play
will be able to
Corvold
attack,
and
but
sack your
still,
creature
it was on
and
the
cheat in
battlefield,
creatures with
you know,
mutate.
Oh.
You know, it will be able to attack that
Like play like a sacrifice
Yeah.
deck, play oven suddenly.
I mean, you don't need to sacrifice.
No, because you get a
Hold on.
creature earlier than you might otherwise be able to. I think you covered, you know,
Oh.
It
a lot
keeps
of
auras and equipment, right? It's the same
These guys are
creature.
two scales of
Yeah.
enthusiasm.
Right,
There's
like,
Mark
there's
on
no
one
creature
side,
entering the
Dave on the other.
battlefield. It's just, yeah, it's kind of changing into this new creature.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
oh
one
no,
of the things
stepping
that
tool.
stood out to me that's not necessarily intuitive at first glance is that when you mutate a creature, nothing's nothing's entering the battlefield, so it won't trigger your soul wardens or anything like that.
Right, and when it dies, like
When you mutate,
change zones,
the
they're all
card that
going
you're
to that zone
mutating has to have
together,
mutate, but the
all
creature you're
three
mutating onto
cards,
doesn't.
that
I'm
are
assuming.
representing the
Yeah.
mutated creature. All
'Cause it's
three
non-human.
cards are going to your
I mean,
graveyard, but
I'm not
only
saying you
one creature's
want to
dying. I mean,
sacrifice
there are
it,
a
but
lot
I'm just
of
imagining it in a
little
cat
things
oven
that
deck.
Yeah.
Where your
Also, you
mutate
can only
creature costs
mutate
3
on the
mana,
creatures you
and to
own
cast it
because
costs
we don't
6.
Mm.
And you just
ownership of
infinitely
cards.
loop your cat and constantly mutate creatures out for cheaper than
So,
the
yeah,
mana
there's
cost.
lots
that
of
seems like a good place to start.
corner cases.
And there were people in chat saying the mechanics article was down. It should be up now. There's just a lot of
We will look at it after the
Um,
stream.
Okay, let's
Let me
move
pull
on and
this up
talk
now.
about the two planeswalkers,
Planeswalkers.
revealed. Yeah, Steve, take us through that.
Yeah, Vivian Reed is back. Vivian's back. Let's have producer Sean throw that graphic up onto the screen. Got a new Vivian card, 5 mana.
I like the normal one
This
more.
Planeswalker
In
brings
terms
back
of like
the static Planeswalker
features, she looks
Dave,
very
talk a little
similar
bit about
to the
Vivian.
other female
What's going on
character.
with this card?
Dark skin,
That's-
brunette,
that's-
green color scheme.
That's yeah, that's female
Why would you?
character
Why
design.
would you do
I
that?
decided to continue this here after having them
Just
sell
change any one of those and you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I mean, we decided it was still fair game to be using static abilities outside of war. I was the lead of war, so
really
yeah,
didn't
I think
respond well
this
to that,
design was
really.
pitched actually, I believe, even as early as Vision Design, and just kind of stuck all the way through. It's sort of a future sight.
For people who
This-
like curses, the
this-
static. I mean, I don't like static abilities, but
This looks like a nice 2-off in a constructed deck.
It's
Or
a
maybe a
fun
1-off.
ability. Both of our planeswalkers we're talking about here
I mean,
today
this
are very
goes
creature centric,
and just in commander decks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
she's,
just good.
He's doing cool stuff, helping you, find other creatures. You can, really get
It's
to other
card
creatures.
advantage.
Use her
It's
ability to search.
cheating.
You can get a new card on top.
It
of
doesn't
really
do
nice.
much the turn it comes down as its downside, which you want 5 mana, you want like a way to protect
Also
yourself
using
or
it-
like an effect on the board,
Oh, I was
if
gonna
not
say,
both.
yeah, and she's also highlighting the new keyword counter mechanic. Of sort of being able to bring the creature, with the appropriate mechanic.
It's like an experimental frenzy for 1 more mana, but it's got a 3/3 body.
When we
I mean,
first
it's
introduced
okay.
Planeswalkers
That's
many
an
years ago,
upside
we
and a
tended to
downside.
avoid the mechanics from the set. We tended to want them to sort of stand apart from the set, and we've really completely gone 180 from that direction. And we
Hits
now
or
try to
marks.
incorporate the Planeswalkers into what the set's about if
Because
we
everything
can.
you want a 5
And so the
mana
fact that she
counters.
uses like keyword
Except for
counters,
removal.
like not every set has keyword counters.
You want the
but
way
this
to protect
set
yourself,
does.
which
And,
3/3 is.
like,
Yeah.
Planeswalkers make creatures. That's something that they do all the time. They make
It doesn't
tokens.
strictly have to
But
be
the fact that
removal.
she can
Yeah.
customize her tokens just makes a very
And she's
different
pretty
kind of
non-centered. No
Planeswalker
game-ending
from other
ult.
Planeswalkers, which is
I
I think
mean-
it's embracing the
No.
Passive.
mechanics of the set
Yeah, exactly.
allows us to make very unique Planeswalkers, and Planeswalker design space is something
I'm
near
just
and dear
happy
to my
she's not
heart.
3
So
mana.
trying to find more ways to make more different Planeswalkers is important.
And so we've mentioned keyword counters a few times. Dave, how are we giving people keyword counters?
Punch out
Right,
counters.
So, at least in a significant percentage of the packs will have cards with punch-out counters. So, there are. I mean, if you include +1/+1 counters, there are 10 different.
I'm
keyword
not
counters,
excited for
like,
that.
well,
Armor
9
Kit
different
was
keyword counters
fucking
plus
annoying.
I know.
counters, and so
In terms of the
get
count,
a
no
punch-out,
one used the actual
card
counters. You always
Yeah.
just like used like a dice.
All of those counters available in a certain percentage of packs. So,
Kind of like we did with Exert.
yeah, it's
way back
very
in
similar
Comic
to
Cut.
Cut and Hour of Devastation packs in that
Yeah.
regard.
Which people use,
And
people
they-
just
I
pull
think,
cards out
yeah,
of
they
sleeves.
Yeah.
for
use a
example.
little
If you've got
symbol,
10 different types of counters, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Even between Exert and
Can we
Internalize
Ron, can we say
was
the
annoying.
keyword counters?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the keyword counters are flying, first strike, death touch, hexproof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance.
Oh, they did hexproof. Yes.
And don't worry, there aren't very many hexproof.
They didn't say.
Oh, don't worry. There's not that many.
Steve, what's our next planeswalker?
This is a new character that people saw for the first time during the debut stream. This is Luca, Coppercoat Outcast. Pretty crazy card here. Mono red planeswalker.
I like the alternate art on that one.
Cute little wing cat in
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, I like that one.
Talk a little bit about the development of Luca. I mean, we've talked broadly a lot in terms of how you bring a new planeswalker and make him feel unique. What was the creative brief for Luca, and how did you fulfill that in the design of this card?
Right. So Luca was to be like one of the primary bonders in the story. So we wanted to play that up, and also just in tune, trying to tie it in tune with the world where there's a lot of mutation going on. So the minus ability of Luca is meant to sort of be showing like a callback to polymorph, which is now something we identify more as a
Interesting
red
it says a
ability.
planeswalker we know we have planeswalker decks.
And set it up so that it would
but
be
future proofing, right?
mutating in some sense, not like
Not future
mutated
proofing,
in
it's
the
future
mechanic
setting
of the
up,
set, but
which means
just,
you can
yeah,
break
that,
it in the future.
change the creature into
But
a
yeah.
more powerful creature, so that it's only polymorphing up in the curve. The plus on there is just trying to tie this into making a red planeswalker that cares about creatures. That's not something that we'd often do, but that you're getting sort of an effect that's giving you access to creatures again, and that like you have to have a Luca on the battlefield, so it's sort of more of an extreme version of almost getting the card draw in red. Like it's still sort of a temporary thing, still
I do
conditional.
love weird ways to get card drawn red.
And just really trying to play up this character as it's really a bonder, and that they're all about creatures.
I guess this is like if you were going to make breeding
what's
play,
great
that's the way
about
you'd go.
Luca
Happy
is
with
that
him.
he's pretty central to the story.
in the sense that it
so
can be
we have
attacked.
two story graphics we're going to throw up here, but to answer a lot of your questions,
It
yes,
can
Luca is
only do
the
it
mysterious
twice
character on the
in a
front
row.
of the ebook Sundered Bond
Weak side of
by
attack.
Django Wexler that is available for pre-order on Amazon.com right now. Luca's story runs throughout all of Ikoria, and Vivian is a character who he meets up with along the way. Let's throw up two of the story graphics. We've got
The Coppercoats.
who are we doing first? Let's do Luca first. So Luca is a member of the Coppercoats, a military force sworn to protect the city of Dran from monsters. As the story opens, Luca dreams of advancing through the military ranks like Dran's leader, General Kudrow. But soon he will embark on a journey of self-discovery.
Prediction: General
with
Kudo is going to be another
powerful
5-color
abilities that threaten
legendary
that
creature.
dream.
God,
So the
no,
story
we've just had
of
Kenrith.
He's going to be like a Kenrith.
Will follow Luca's journey as he goes from Coppercoat to something else entirely.
I mean, it's too red,
And
right?
then let's
Like
bring
Coppercoat.
up Vivian.
He was a Coppercoat. He's got to be red. Like the leader has to be red.
She's just a
So,
research.
Vivian,
Kenrith.
Monsters Advocate, Planeswalker Vivian Reed arrives on Ikoria to
She's
research
just on a
the
fucking
population
expedition.
of incredible monsters.
Significantly higher than
Highest
Shell's
regards,
humanity. I wonder who that reminds me of.
Vivian can't wait to learn about the creatures of the plane. So if you head to dailymtg.com right now, there is an article up called Planeswalker's Guide.
I didn't feel like she was
Ikoria.
researching them. I
It's
felt more like she was
written, by Chris
slaughtering
Lee,
Yeah.
but in the voice of Vivian, exploring Ikoria and talking about the world of Ikoria. So if you're interested in
This
the
is
lore
research.
and
It's
the
like just
backstory
Yeah.
of Ikoria,
What color's
I
your
would check
blood?
that out. We're gonna be putting
Yeah, my
up
research tonight is
these
find out how
types
tasty
of
this meat is when
Yeah.
roasted over a spit.
all throughout previews, starting today, going through the end of previews on the 10th, and we'll be collecting them on dailymtg.com.
Wow,
So you
ending
can
previews on
follow
the
along
10th.
with
This is
the
going to be a
story,
1
even
week
if you
spoiler
don't read
season.
the ebook.
That's good.
But again,
That's
I
good.
definitely recommend checking out the
That's
ebook,
exciting.
which will be available.
And there's going to be more
on
spoilers
or
than
pre-order
usual, so I'll
right
click
now,
calendar.
Yeah.
by Django Wexler called Sundered Bond. But let's move on.
2 more
We've spent
previews?
half an hour talking. We've just spent half an hour talking about the things that we've already previewed.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's insane. But we actually do have new previews for people to see.
We do have new
Yeah.
previews to see.
Let's
According
show
to you
the new
guys who stuck
previews.
around.
Let's show the new previews. The first one is adorable and
Oh.
also happens to be a companion. Let's bring up
Oh, boy.
Lutri the Spell Chaser.
Elemental Order!
Oh, it's
Lutri is a companion
And of course, you can see the regular and booster fun version here. The companion reads, each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. That's going to sound familiar to a lot of people.
Oh my,
Brawl
oh my
Commander
god.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh
Lutri
my
has
god, that's
Flash,
strong.
And when Lutri the Spell Chaser
You
enters
can
the
copy one
battlefield,
spell one
if
time.
you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, but of course,
What
the
do
most
you, one
important part of
time?
this
What do you
card
mean?
is that type line
Does it every
which
time you
says
cast it?
Elemental Otter.
Yeah, but I don't know what happens after it dies.
Yes, we did it.
It only starts outside of the game once.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's, Dave. Let's start with you because that
Oh my god, I want a
companion
foil
line
of that
says each
version. Like, I
non-land card
really
in your
do.
starting deck has a different name. That sounds like a couple formats I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, certainly. So I mean, I'll start with saying, yeah, companion certainly. I expect to be kind of one of the more exciting, polarizing mechanics in the set.
I wonder how
like,
this works with.
this
I guess this
started-
overrides
the genesis
the
of this
rats.
came from a couple different directions together. Like in general, like one of the things I've been
This
very
is
excited
worded
to do
differently.
since I got here was to have a deck building mechanic of some sort.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a card like Battle of Wits or something, but really explored like how do we go all out with like make characters about deck building in some way. So yeah, we had a lot to work through there, and the other direction
internet connection.
that this came about was just
He is
there was a
letting the
desire to,
streaming
like,
team
how
down
could
in
we
terms
have
of
some sort
quality.
Oh,
kind of
elemental order.
sparks in play in some sense. Certainly, we've seen the power of that for Commander and Brawl.
I want an
for
oversized
those
version of
audiences.
that.
I mean, that's not
With
the
the
whole
giant.
thing
Sure, it'll
there,
exist.
but,
Yeah.
one of the appeals, and so yeah,
Oh, I think
I
it's just
worked on a
gonna be in
mini
booster
team
packs,
and
so
sort of
you
saw
might
that
not.
these two things could come together and
No, like
well,
a
how can you
GP's
do
Magic
this
Quest.
card
Oh.
that starts in play or starts in your hand or whatever. That's like
Yeah,
how
but
do you do
if
this,
it's
like,
not
have
like a
this
major
big
card, then it might
advantage?
not
Well,
exist.
I
is
know,
what
I know,
mean.
yeah,
Like
oh,
it's
yeah.
not a
Go through
planeswalker.
a deck
It's a legendary though.
challenge
Yeah,
or
but
whatnot
I think.
that
it's not going to be a
offsets the,
commander.
that
Yeah.
powerful thing you're getting
face.
can be offset by something that's actually
No, but
a
it can be in the
restricted card or
commands.
something.
You can have like two
So,
commanders.
No, but it's not going to be the face of a
you know,
commander
it-
deck.
No,
it
no,
seemed
no.
like
I
it
mean.
had a lot of promise. I felt like it tied very well into a sense of like bonding's a big part of this world, where you, the player, in some sense, being with this cool creature card.
The
that's kinda
companion
quirky, and then you
thing-
share some sort of like, yes, we both like, you know.
I like that doesn't make
some,
sense for me flavor wise.
Video that you know we
You're
share
a good
love of,
companion,
like,
so you
large,
can't do like
know,
a random
big
thing.
spells or whatever.
Well, yeah, then you piss off your animal.
So that was sort of the genesis
Your
of this. I mean,
your
the
otter
compromise.
your otter doesn't
you know,
like
one of the biggest things
clones.
was
Yeah,
to have
exactly.
things that were fun. You know,
Is that two fucking pairs of the same shoe? Get the fuck out of here.
Playing a singleton deck is fun. Playing big spells is
Extreme
fun.
version of
Like, we
Dobby.
did discard some things like, oh, well, that, you know, it's not really fun to make me go through this particular challenge. You know, for limited, these are a blast. Like, yeah, I love getting these cards in limited, especially in pack 1. They get harder as
Yeah,
go
I mean,
on, but,
unlimited,
like,
that's broken.
So the two you've seen
Just
so
always
far
have
are very
your
doable.
bomb
Oh
rare
yeah,
in
it's
your
like
hand.
you start with 8 cards and kind of almost.
Yeah, and one of them is a bomb rare.
Yeah.
I'm assuming are they
draft,
printing?
it's
They
kind of
must be
like a
printing
little
this at
bit like
uncommon,
just
but
if you
even
draft,
at
it's
uncommon,
Oh, no,
uncommon's
no, no,
usually
no,
strong.
no, no, no. Oh no, they wouldn't do
Or
that.
something where
It must be like
really
rare
changes the
mythic.
valuation
I mean,
of
it's gonna be
things, like,
weird if it's
yeah,
only a rare mythic
even on
thing.
cards you've
Like it's
seen,
a whole
there are a
zone
lot
that
of
only exists if you.
ways
It's
that
gonna be a
affect your
dreamful
draft
rogue
that are
again.
kinda subtle, and I won't
You
spoil it.
pull
It's
one
also
of
weird
these
that
and,
it's not
like,
the
it
command zone
changes
because
the game
like
so
you
much.
can
How much
technically
this
like Eldrazi
changes how
process
you
them.
evaluate cards, and again, a lot of the goal of this.
Yeah, so it starts in
You know,
exile
like a lot of
specifically,
people
right?
could
Like
say,
like how
It
command zone
just says-
originally was.
Oh, it just says
Maybe that
outside the
makes
game
all
actually. It
of
doesn't
your
say
trust
exile.
card better or
Is
something.
that
It's like we actually want you
why
to.
did they use exile?
For the most part, I mean, like there'll certainly be a slight exceptions
it's
here and there,
shorthand
but we
for a
want you to
different
build
zone,
new
it's
decks. We
probably
want
not
you
an
to,
exile.
you know, we're not just trying to like, oh, we'll make this particular type of deck
companion
better.
zone,
We
yeah.
want you to totally
Like
reanalyze
Adventure.
how you think about cards, and how you think about deck
Yeah, but
building.
Adventure is still an exile. You
Oh no, I know that. I know this
you
is
can
also an
process
exile,
those.
but it's
So
the
there's a
companion
lot that
zone.
went
You know, like
into this.
Adventure Zone, companion zone.
Yeah.
One of the biggest
Yeah, so
concerns
you
we
can
had was
exile
just
it normally, but
this
it
being too
can't be
repetitive.
cast
I mean,
from
we're giving you
exile
a card that you
naturally.
can play every game. You
I
can
don't-
play it like
But-
you get to that map, you'll play it every game.
I think it's
All
gonna
day,
an
it's
interesting
repetitive.
gameplay mechanic where when you sit down and
You know,
play
certainly
and they
when I
put something
started
into the
off,
command
I
zone,
felt
you know,
like
you
need a
know
lot
what
of
color you're
higher
facing.
converted
It's an
mana
interesting
costs, so that, you know,
deficit.
there's just some green
I mean,
zones
it's
that
so this is the second sit in a row where
lands and
they've
play
done
cast
a
it.
specific
I think play
sort of
design
card
helped me
in
find
exile
a
that
lot
doesn't
of
have a
tricks
counter
to
on
make
it.
it
Yeah.
So
that
previously,
keep
if you
them
put something
lower
in
the curve.
exile, usually you put something in exile from
the
something
most
else and it
important
comes in like
things
a
we realized
calm
is
silver
trying
card.
to
Yeah,
find
exactly, yeah.
card designs that
So we're now gonna have instead
necessarily
the
best
Khan's
play this
Khan's
time
still
period,
legal.
especially if
So we
you
have Khan's
go in a
exile.
like
things like
Lutri,
Frenzy
you
Exile,
wanna
Light at the
kinda
Stage
save it up to
Exile.
optimize
Yeah,
Those
I
are
know.
those are iffy. Adventure Exile.
Yeah, and the problem with this is that in
And
Paper
now
Magic
Campaign
it's okay, but you've seen an arena where your opponent
Even
has.
the Paper Magic is not okay. You just end up with a massive
Yeah,
pile.
I know, but well, in arena though, you've seen your opponent's hand that has like 7 cards, then 3 cards,
Yeah.
then 2 cards, then 5 cards, and it's
if you
ridiculous.
get too many, you don't actually have a gap. So
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If you're abusing your zones
Yeah.
too much, you actually can't tell what your
Yeah.
cards are. But in Paper Magic as well.
Yeah.
Like quite often, the
in Paper
amount
Magic
of
it's
times
fine.
I have not shuffled fucking Midnight Murderous Rider into my deck because it's sitting in a different zone to my graveyard and my
Yeah.
exile and my everything else.
Easy to know if your opponent like was doing it or not. For the most part, like with Kruga, like, oh wait, you just played a card that was too low in the cost. You're not allowed to do that or whatever. We wanted these to be very easy to verify. It should be pretty obvious if your opponent's not doing this. Like we didn't want concerns like and see my opponent's deck, and so we tried to make it just really easy to know if your opponent was doing this.
God, the
Lutri's
rules,
probably
the
hardest one, but
the
again,
judge calls on that would be so fucking frustrating.
Like we sort of go through this. How do I know my
if
opponent has
you
4
break your
white
companion
eagles and whatever
ruling
else,
halfway
there's
through the game?
some amount
Oh,
of,
like it's after sideboard?
No, like if you just break your thing, like you're playing through the game and,
and then
have
finally,
three
like,
and you
copies
have
of
a-
the card.
yeah,
What do you do?
different-
Judge call. What do you do?
You can put these in your deck. You can play 4 of these companions in your deck. We try to strike a balance where you might want to put them in your deck.
Wait.
And many of them you could play as a companion outside your deck, usually meaning so you do have to give up a sideboard slot for these and
what?
Wait, what? They take up a sideboard slot?
These in your
Just
deck
breezed
and
over that one.
companion this, mean that you're not violating your own companion condition with the card itself.
These take us.
Another thing I want to point out is
What?
one of the things we were trying to do with our mechanics was we wanted them all to play into monsters, but in different ways. Like the goal wasn't to make all of them just do the same thing. And so, like, yeah, Mutate's really about building this giant monster. but
Forget
the
this.
real
Go
thing
back
about
to the
Mutate
sideboard
is
thing.
We'll look at the
having
mechanics
this
video in a
real
bit.
Connection with one particular monster. And the idea of bonding with something like that, it's in the source material. It's the thing that inspired us. This is part of it. And Dave, we did a hackathon where Dave had a team that had this mechanic, and when we got to the set, we really liked it and felt like this was a really good place to do it. Obviously,
I don't
there's
hate
a
the
backlog of
mechanic. I
ideas,
think it's a
but
bit
we
weird
wanted to
the
find
way
right
they've done it,
idea that
like
makes
what it
sense to the
is
set
for
we're
what it
building.
does.
And in Monster World, we want like this. It just was a perfect fit. So it really, I mean, both Mutate and Companion are a little out there. The one concern
Actually,
we
do I
had
like the
going in
mechanic? Do I
is
like them
when we
limiting
handed
your
off the
deck
file, like,
when
both
they've
of those
only
are pretty
previously
weird
done
mechanics. They're
opposites?
both,
Like
they're complicated.
like the
and
rats, for
fun. They're
example,
both
you're
flavorful,
allowed.
and they both made so much sense in Monster World. We said, okay, yeah, let's do it. But that's one of the key things that we were looking for in designing this is making sure mechanics were just whatever. They really hit to the home of what we were doing.
Yeah. And I forgot to note on Lutri. I know we wanted so Lutri because it's trying to get people to do this cool standard to sort of play more in the commander space. It wasn't really our intent that this card would be allowed in Brawl and Commander.
What?
And that is the current plan, that it will be before release in both those formats. It's not our intention that if you're playing a blue-red deck, you can just get this extra card kind of for free. So it wasn't really in the spirit of the design, but we felt it was important enough to bring a card like this to standard that we
Are they
still
pre-banned or
wanted
not
to
in
put it
Commander?
the legal set.
And
makes
does
sense.
he mean
so
like
it's not
as a
gonna
commander?
be available to play in Brawl, and then we've already talked to the Commander Rules Committee, and they've expressed that they plan to probably ban it in Commander as well. Correct?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They will be banning it.
Okay. And Mark, I heard Dave say that there are going to be 10 of these. What can you tell us about?
I assumed this was for
Don't give
Commander.
too much away.
Well, one of the things, one of the challenges of them is you want to give yourself a lot of flexibility in building, and so Hybrid Mana was sort of the perfect answer
That
to
is
this,
such a feel bad.
because
Imagine
Hybrid
if you're a
Mana
commander
needs,
player who
I
buys a
have
box
options of where I can play
and you
it,
just
how I can
pull
play it.
2 of
So take
these and
blue
you're
red.
like,
Blue
wow,
could go
these
in a
are
deck that
blank
has blue, or a deck
mythics.
that has red. Now it can be blue and red if you want,
Or
but
rares or
you
whatever
don't
that
need
be.
both. And the reason we ended up putting them at rare, in Vision Design, we actually had an uncommon cycle and a rare cycle, and the idea originally was uncommon were more for draft, and then the rares were more for constructed. But what we found was they worked
stop
better
doing
if
that.
you got them
Dream
a little
Tool
less
sucked.
in draft, and so we ended up moving them all to rare, and so it ended up becoming a rare hybrid cycle. And like I said, this is an elemental otter. They're
I hate that. I hate that they think
fun.
that.
You know,
Because
things
rears
that,
are open.
you know,
Rears
they're
are
all
rears are
designed to
common
kind of
enough
what you're doing,
that
but
if you print
each one
something
of them is
broken
made
in
for
draft,
something that
it's
you can
broken in
identify
draft
with,
at
so that
rare.
If this is your card and you're building your deck around it, you can really connect with it.
Makes sense.
We have a ton more cards to get. That was awesome, but we have so many more cards to get through.
So many more. No, it's good. That we had a whole companion.
Steve hasn't been
section
talking
that's
for like
lined up next at the bottom.
Just this smiling.
We will,
Look at my
we will
books.
show off the companion
So
mechanics.
yeah, that's a
video
good
in
bookshelf.
moment.
I'm enjoying that bookshelf.
But I do want to get to, and we're gonna, producer Sean, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. There were a couple cards we were gonna show off that are in the mechanics article. But we're going to let those be in the mechanics article. Head to dailympg.com.
If this one on the live stream, I wouldn't be listening to this at all. I feel like I'm not getting any new information
mechanics in the set.
that I wouldn't get in the mechanics article.
And has a little other thing we'll talk
Ooh,
about.
yeah.
But a different. Ooh.
So
Look at that.
This is an 8 mana 8
Value.
I like that in
Nightmare
draft.
with
That's
touch.
very strong.
It has cycling
Instant
for
speed.
2 and a
Cycling
black
is always
mana,
instant
and
speed.
cycle Void Beckoner. Put a death touch counter
You can
on
cycle shift
target
for free in this
creature
set, apparently.
control.
That's an
Mark,
uncommon.
This has two
Yeah.
mechanics. We haven't talked much about cycling. How does
God,
cycling
hard
get
looks
into
sweet.
the set?
That
Okay,
is
so one
that
of
is
the
a
things we
bomb
like to
uncommon
do
if I've
is
ever
we
seen
like to
one.
bring back mechanics when we can. Not
Just
every
a
set
big
has
creature
return
that you
mechanic,
don't
but
always have
we
to
always
play
look at
if
mechanics.
you're short, and then also
like I
does
said,
something.
one of the challenges of the set was we want to make a monster set. One of the challenges of making a monster set is monsters.
Yeah.
Well, you can have small monsters, and we have some smaller monsters. The most famous monsters tend to be bigger. And so we were looking for a mechanic that says, how can I play more big monsters in my deck, but not get punished too badly for it? And cycling was a great answer, right? Cycling sort of says, hey, you can play cards you might not normally play, because if you can't play them, you can cycle them away. And so cycling just
Suppose there's
going to
be a
really
lot
cool
of
thing to help do some mana
cycling
smoothing,
with a
but
fix.
just let us
Yeah,
So it's an
implying that's confirmed pretty much. Like,
no, they say that you can cycle it away if you don't want to play with big monsters. But that makes me feel like they're gonna do a lot of those sort of things. Cycle away, make a
oh, I
lot
mean,
of
yeah, for sure, absolutely. They're moving on from just cycle. They're gonna.
They did have that.
Yeah.
So they had an armor kit. They had a fix for cycling.
Yeah.
Like shift rep monitor.
Yeah, exactly.
Had an infinite
Yeah.
combo that
Yeah.
went with it. So that's always reassuring that they're bringing that back. But that was good. Nimble obstructionist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're bringing those back.
How Mutate works. There's a lot of different pieces that went into that. But one of the big challenges was we want you to have fun with monsters, but not like twiddle your thumbs until monsters happen late in the game.
Makes sense. And then, Dave, this is an uncommon. It looks like it could be part of a cycle. Are we going to see more things like this?
Yeah, this is part of a cycle. Yeah, these are actually in
a cycle
very early.
I beat you to that, Steve.
I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't get.
I like how Steve's wearing like this broadcasting headset.
Yeah. So this is part of a
He's
cycle.
just wearing a Sony
it was,
headset. These guys aren't even wearing
early on.
anything.
I will note, like,
Mark's just so excited to be here.
One of the things we learned with cycling is
doesn't need a headset.
I mean, some of that was that draft format was kind of fast.
He's
but
got things
like,
to say.
cycling's pretty aggressively costed here. There's a lot of low cost cycling, a lot of colorless cycling. These happen to have colored mana because they're.
I hope there'd be a lot of color cycling.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
naturally colorless.
It is colored
you'll
cycling.
find
Yeah.
that the cycling is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, but color cycling usually comes with an ability.
And the way these cycle came about, by the way, was we were trying to figure out cool things to do with the token, the
counters,
the keyword counters. And
Stifle's gonna
one
get
of
a
the things
reprint.
that's neat about them is permanently granting an
Prediction.
ability is usually not quite worth a card.
Like you have to have ways to counter that.
We already have that.
Just
We
allow
already have that.
reprint.
We have whirlwind denial.
But it
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
that's
kind
true.
of thing that on a cycling effect,
Just
when we're
allow
looking for
reprint.
a little tiny cycling effect, it seemed to be like bite-sized, the right kind of effect. So we thought was cool is have a creature that has the keyword or cycle it to grant the keyword. And that seemed like thematically a nice connection.
Makes sense. Okay, so now we need to talk about another aspect of this card that is slightly less fun. So part of the reason we are previewing Void Beckoner is that Void Beckoner has an alternate version as one of the Godzilla series monster cards.
It's an uncommon. Come on, it's an uncommon. Okay.
However,
So this is gonna be
Wait,
like
hold
the
on.
showcase
the
equivalent.
card was conceived of in a different world. months ago, before we were in a world where the coronavirus was running rampant. And if you know your Godzilla lore, you may know that Space Godzilla has a breath weapon
Oh shit!
called
It's gonna be
Corona Beam.
No! Corona Beam!
The Godzilla series monster version of this card was named Space Godzilla Death Corona.
Oh no!
No!
Oh my god!
Where we can, so let's show up the arena version of this card, which is going to be called Space Godzilla Void Invader. However, there is a printing of Ikoria that has already been made, and so there will be versions of the card called Space Godzilla Death
Oh my god!
out there in the world. So what we are doing is we're taking steps to change it wherever possible. So first of all, any
They're not going to show us the name. They're not going to show us the name.
Include the Space Godzilla version of the card.
That card is going to be a fucking collector's item.
Oh no! Corona Beam!
Death Corona. So what was it? Corona Death?
A rare Corona version.
Online, which offers the
Oh, now I want this. Now I want this uncommon.
Yeah, please give us information on which print run this is printed in, so we can work out which country you have to be in to get it.
Yeah.
Change in word meaning that just kind of happened along the way, but we are taking steps to.
That was the worst. If that said like, if it had been called Corona, if it was like Corona Void Winnow or something, you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Death Corona.
But we'll be referring to this card as Space Godzilla Void Invader going forward.
What's the name?
Let's move on.
Yeah, we've first of all, if you have questions, please put them in chat after the onslaught of reactions stops. Please put your questions in chat for Mark or for Dave or for me and Blake. Questions about Ikoria, questions about the preview schedule, anything you got, go ahead and put it into the chat. We're happy to answer what we can. We are going to show the companion mechanics video to give you guys some time to put some questions in the chat, and so we can give you guys a little more information.
I can't believe it's bad in EDH.
How many could it get Corona?
Put your questions in chat, and we will answer some of them after the break.
Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths, Mechanic Spotlight, Companion. Ikoria isn't for the faint of heart. There are gigantic.
There are no gigantic monsters.
Stream, you okay?
Rampage into new, more and
Mr.
try
Stream,
to
no.
decide. Introducing the new ability, Companion.
There we go.
Everyone, this is Karuga. Karuga?
Oh,
everyone.
damn.
Karuga is one of the 10 new companions found in Ikoria. Each companion includes a deck building rule that you must follow if you want it to be your chosen companion. In Karuga's case, that means no 1 or 2 drops in your starting main deck. In fact, your chosen companion starts the game in your sideboard. That means it's not even part of your main deck and doesn't count as one of the cards toward the minimum deck size. In each game, you can choose up to 1 companion. Before the game begins, reveal your chosen companion to all players. During the game, it stays revealed, and you can cast it from your sideboard. From there, it's just like any creature. If it dies, it goes to your graveyard, it can get bounced back to your hand, shuffled into your library, exiled, and so on. Once it's in the game, it stays in the game. If you want, you can include creature cards with companion abilities in your main deck as normal. For example, you don't have to worry about the deck building rules if there's just a dinosaur hippo shaped hole in your 5-drops and Karuga has your eye. Ignore the companion ability completely and focus on all the good that Enters the Battlefield ability can do for you. And before we go, Commander players, we got you. Even though you don't have a sideboard, you can still bring a companion with you. It doesn't count as one of your 100 cards. But remember, your commander is part of your starting deck and has to play along. Companion presents some fun deck building challenges, but at the end of it all, you get a new best friend. How great is that?
That's not confusing.
Happy hunting.
No.
Commander is always about your tabletop rules. You can have companions if you want. Stream? Audio? Mr. Producer? Man? Who's on mixing?
Get the Godzilla series monster cards. How do you obtain them? And I know that you have a good answer for that, Blake.
The best answer is to go to dailympg.com and look at the article "Collecting Ikoria" by Mike Turian, which lays out everything in detail. But let's talk about the Godzilla series monster cards. First of all, note that we're going to be revealing, or we or someone will be revealing them today. All the Godzilla series monster cards are going to be revealed today. It is a monster-sized preview day, but there are a couple ways to get them. The first is to, as I said at the top
Look,
of the show,
I'm
to
struggling
just,
to remember the
buy a
many
box from your
ways in
local
which you can get these
Buy
cards.
a box from your local game store while supplies last. You could get 2
That's a bad
Godzilla
policy.
series monster cards. So there's the buy a box promo that stores can give out with their pre-orders. That is the Godzilla card, King of the Monsters, that we showed off. And then inside draft booster boxes, so a normal booster display, you will get a pack, a little pack inside that has a box topper that will have one of the 15 or 18, and I'll get to that in a moment, Godzilla series monster cards. So you'll get one randomly plus the Godzilla.
15 or 18.
Must be region based.
Collector boosters. So each collector booster will have one Godzilla series monster
He looks very
card.
panicked.
Yeah.
It could be foil, it could
He's got
be
a gun pointed to him.
If you forget anything, you're dead. We shoot your wife.
I said 15 or 18.
Yes.
Yes. So
That was a
talk about
question
this.
that came up immediately.
Yes, there are. So Godzilla has a really strong tie to Japan, obviously, and so we did.
So Japan
much
get
like
more
we
cards?
did with War of the Spark, we did something special for Japanese booster boxes of Ikoria. There are 3 Godzilla series monster cards that can only be found in Japanese booster packs.
God
They
damn
only
it.
Okay, but these are the ones that are like alters. They're not like.
Oh, yeah, these
It's
alters.
not like these are legal cards that
Yeah.
can only be
Yeah,
found in
it's just the
Japan,
alters.
right?
Yeah, just the alters.
I wouldn't put it past us just to do that.
Yeah.
But
Like, they
there
already
are
have. Mugen Lin
Yeah,
series.
yeah,
set
right, yeah.
aside For
The
Japanese
Chinese ones.
only. So there's 15 for every language, 3 for Japanese, and that's where the 18 number.
I bet those 3 are going to be super good cards.
Yeah,
one
good.
uncommon, rare, and mythic probably.
If you're in Japan, buy a booster box. You might open a $1,000 card.
Which will lay out not only those
Again.
Godzilla series monster cards, but all the ways you can get the various versions of cards in the set.
And like Blake said, you'll
Although
see
presumably these ones exist in
every,
foil, right?
every single
I
Godzilla series
assume they're all
monster
foil.
will be revealed by the end of the day, including
They're all foil or not foil?
I assume they're all foil.
Yep.
I would assume they would be.
Let's ask
I assume they're
one
not
of the
foil, so that's a
companion
concern.
questions that we got, Dave. Is there any overlap between the companions? So could you, for example, run 2 companions for the same deck?
So yes,
So
but
yeah,
you only
we
choose one.
initially at Vision Handoff, for example, you could run as many as you wanted. We quickly learned that got out of control when I think maybe like Port Bowen or someone built a deck 5, and then that was just really unwieldy, and we decided to just companion per deck at a time. Technically, you could start play game 1 with 1 companion and then sideboard in such a fashion that you had a different companion for game 2, meeting its condition. But you can only ever start the game with 1 with access to 1 companion.
What?
Yeah, so you can have 2 on your sideboard, but you can only choose 1
Steve,
per
what you got
game,
next?
so you can switch.
Somebody asked you a personal question, Blake. They asked, "Do you know my father, Jake Krob?"
I do. I used to work for him when I was a newspaper reporter back in Iowa. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hi, Krabs.
We have some commander and companion questions. Proliferate. How do keyword counters work with Proliferate? That was a question that I thought was fun.
Mark has not thought of this.
No.
More of each of those counters on. I mean, I will note that certainly the first time we're exploring this, I didn't do a whole lot
skipped
of
the
stuff
Q&A.
where we'd want you to just get
Then we'll skip
counters on
back.
stuff that wouldn't matter. So there's not a ton of moving around of counters or whatever. It's more or less the set's got enough new exciting stuff going on that we didn't really need to have a bunch of extra stuff like that going on. But yeah, you can.
What, like proliferate that already exists in Magic and will
No,
interact
no,
with
but
this
like
thing?
you can proliferate and then you can like move off a trample counter, an extra trample counter or something else.
okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us? We've had a couple questions asking, is this a wedge set? Mark, how would you describe this with relation to wedges?
What I'd say is it's a monster set with a little wedge theme It is not a wedge set with a monster theme, meaning it's monster, 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 monster. Yes, there is a wedge component to it. Yes,
Magic can have a
if you
little
look at some of the
wedge.
rare cards, there are
Is
wedge
it
cards and
sweet?
stuff, but the wedge component is an aspect of the set, but it is not the defining aspect.
It feels like basically they just threw colors at the monsters
Like,
and some of them are stuck.
Yeah, there's like some ones with 3 colors, some with 2
We're
colors, so they're
seeing-
just
we're seeing
cycles, you know.
A lot of questions about the Godzilla series monsters in chat. So, first of all, a clarification about them generally. All the Godzilla series monsters, you can see, actually, producer Sean, if you could put up one of the Ghidorah card that we showed during the stream, you can see that all the Godzilla series monsters have a little name under them. That is a real card.
It's really weird the design of the Godzilla card. It has mutate, right? But this card is not very mutate friendly in terms of user interface. Like this one, you put it on top of one.
definitely
These
is.
ones really not. They should have just added like a line there or something, but like right here. But no, they didn't. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays
to answer
out.
the question in chat, Godzilla series
It's
monsters
okay.
are
It's okay
actually
though.
Gathering Arena. You can check out.
Huh.
They'll have an update about that later on.
I was gonna mention foil or not.
I mean, this is the reason why we needed, why they had that popcorn promo thing. Where everyone's like, "Oh, get your popcorn." It's because we have to watch a 2-hour video explaining how the set works.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up that graphic, Sean. Appreciate it.
Dave, let's ask another companion question. How do you verify the deck building requirement?
In some ways, there's not any specific verification that I'm aware of. Again, like, there is not much point.
I feel like these
in
cards
trying
might break things like
do something
Legacy,
funny here,
Modern,
like,
and stuff. Because
again,
with
like,
a larger
why are
card
you
pool,
putting
you
a
can
card
shrug
that
off these
has CMC
building
less in your
requirements
deck?
more easily.
I mean, just in
there's just
Commander.
not much
I
advantage.
mean, exactly. Yeah, that's why they're banned apparently.
I can't necessarily speak to all the.
Yeah,
rules
which
and
is
whatever.
weird.
I'm sure
I know.
there
I
will
hate that.
be
I hate
hate
that
that
so
so
much.
much.
in some detail, but again,
Imagine if they
I think
released
for
a
the
card
most
and
part,
just like
if
it's
something's
banned
going
standard.
on, somebody's made an honest
I
mistake.
mean, they're gonna
for
have to
the
do the
most part.
fetch lands eventually in
they're-
Pioneer, but that comes with like
you
an
do need to be
understanding.
careful in the process. Like,
This
you know,
product is not for you.
certainly you might
This
look
card
at,
is
like,
not
oh, I
for
have
you
this
as a
spell
Commander
that's
player.
XR Articast. I'll put that in my Karuga deck or whatever. And not thinking, oh well, this is actually not CMC 3 or greater. And people will make mistakes. Arena won't hopefully let you. In terms of live,
Arena just forces you to concede if you fuck up.
Be up to more of the floor rules. I don't.
You draw a card with 2 CMC and it just
Like I
just
said,
blow up.
other than literally almost all easy to
dies.
mute,
Yeah.
if you're
Punished. It uninstalls and stuff. No magic
You don't
for
deserve to be a magic player.
There's not really any reason for them to have tried to game that system. Not any more so than, like I said, trying to do, play 5 of a card in a deck or any number of things that could otherwise happen in
I mean, that
a
happened.
normal play environment.
Yeah, and I think you described this to me once as you'll know as soon as your opponent, if opponent, with Lutri, if they play a card for the second time in a game, with Karuga, if they play a card that costs 1 or 2, you'll know, and that's your.
Right. I mean, we did have to abandon some companion conditions that, for example, like there are companions like that might stipulate you need to play a certain type of thing. I guess I don't want to spoil any of the future ones. And like we also then in testing and in the design process, we said like, oh, and you have to play 10 of that card in your deck or 15 card of and we realized that that would just be too hard to verify. Like it would be very easy for how do I know my opponent
Glad
can
they have
sideboard
at
out
least 3 brain
and
cells in the
still has
whole
some of
company.
those in their deck or whatever, and
Wow, so
sideboarding
many
became very much.
This
an
just,
issue,
it feels
they
like
might
some,
make a
you know how
mistake
like
in
every
sideboarding something,
time
and it would
the
be
professor
hard.
makes a
If
video,
we
he's
went too
like,
specific, it
it's
would be
too
hard to
much.
verify,
He's like,
and
it's
we
too complicated, there's too many
all those
options,
designs,
too
and
many
I think
products,
what
too
we have
many
is all
new
pretty straightforward
things.
to verify.
It feels like that, but
Fair
just
enough.
for
Steve,
rules,
what do you have
just for
lined up
changes
next?
to the game.
A lot of people asking about
Like, they always
Commander
release that
and,
article
Commander
and- Wait, hold on.
interactions with Companion.
Commander.
Please take a look at the Commander website. They'll be able to update you. I believe
They
they've
don't
already
know.
tweeted out and put out there that the otter is banned in Commander. So please pay attention to the Commander Rules Committee. We can tell you for certain that the companions are banned in Brawl. Correct? Is that
I
correct,
don't know.
Dave?
It's gonna be bad.
It's not the companion.
Just
Let's
the
be clear
otter.
on that. It's
Yeah.
just Lutri.
Oh,
I
okay.
did
Just
see
Lutri,
some. Yeah, I did see some confusion on that.
Yeah.
Lutri is the
Okay.
only one. All the other companions.
the otter?
we did
Just
see
the
some
otter
questions
was
on that, so
broken.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Fuck you, Otter.
Yeah, just Lutri. The other companions are available.
Yeah,
there is one companion that you won't be able to use in Commander just in terms of its restrictions, but yeah.
You can only play
There's
playsets.
one that-
Well,
you
yeah,
can
the
play
restriction
that
is you
card
can
in your
only play
deck.
playsets probably.
There was a
No, you
good
can't
question
verify
about how the buy a box promotion works with what's going on with
Oh,
the
no,
coronavirus. So let's address that real quick. First of all, we did.
Yeah.
So it
Oh no!
used to be
Oh no! Your
that
deck has to
buy a
only
box
be even.
promotions
That's
could only
the even
pick
mention.
up
There's
the
two
box
cards
in
that
your
have
store.
the
We lose
rules
some that
text
restrictions
0
to
is
stores
even.
You
and
must have an even
ship
number of cards,
buy
but you
a
can't
box
verify that
promotions.
either.
No.
We're
Your
able
CMCs
to
can
ship.
only be even.
So each store is going to handle it
That's
differently
playable in
because
Commander.
each store is going
Oh,
to
shit.
be in a different situation based on local regulations. Otherwise, check with your local game store.
It must be a
We are
color thing.
still
Maybe you
sending
must have a
buy
card
box
in your
promos
deck
to
outside of the
stores.
color identity.
The box
yeah, it's
stopper
weird.
comes in the box. So
But you
that's
can't verify that
completely
either.
Separate.
It has to be
And
a
the arena
thing.
codes we are sending to
Yeah.
stores as
That
well.
if
Wait, hold on.
They should be able to send you those pretty much immediately.
Oh, those. Okay.
Again, it's going to depend on each store. So just check with your local game store, but you can still get it whether or not you can go into the store physically or not. But let's talk about
And Blake, for box toppers, those are similar to the box toppers we've done in the past, where it's actually sealed inside the full draft booster display, correct?
Yes. All right.
Yes,
Mark,
they said.
yes or no
So there's
answer
one
here.
box stopper for every
Because we're
thing,
getting a
and
lot of
they said
questions on
well
it.
stocks last.
Does the set have a cycle of rare lands?
Yes.
Yeah,
That is
both
like
stocks.
overlay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Which definitely
That's as far
confirms
as we'll go with
fetches
it.
on
As far as we're
everything
going, we're not
because
saying
it's
anything
fetch
else
rate.
about
So
the
that,
land.
that,
You can stop
they already
asking
confirmed it, but
shit.
like that puts it dead in the water.
So I do want to clarify something. There seems to be a lot of
Yeah.
confusion about the Japanese exclusive Godzilla series monsters. Again, the Godzilla
Okay,
series
so
monsters,
yeah, that,
think
we're
of them
gonna
as
hit draw
card
that.
styles for cards.
But
for
like
card
what I was
uses.
gonna say was
You
that
can't have
every
you know,
set they release like a quite
four,
a very
you can't have
simplified,
four of
almost
Godzilla series
condescending
monsters
article
and four of
about
the
mechanics where
card
they
that
explain like the
is
most
the card
basic thing,
style of
like
the
they
same
explain
deck.
plus
You can have a
one
combination
counters
for
in
the
those
two.
articles.
So for the
And you read it and you're
Godzilla
like
series
this
monsters
like there's like
that
three
only
sentences I
appear
need out of this article
in,
as a Magic player who
Japanese
plays a
language.
lot
Yeah.
and has a high
Those
level understanding of the
cards
game.
have
And
analogs
where it's
of
like
the
this is
set. You will be
too
able to
basic.
play
I just
them.
need to
They're
know
not
like these
mechanically
three things.
unique.
Those
Yeah.
are my only
The
questions.
only
Yeah.
But this
difference
one I
is
feels like
that
I'm gonna
they
have to study this article
Yeah.
to understand the game.
Card sets for those cards that already exist. So hopefully that clears.
I'm
it
not
up.
sure I could regurgitate all the new information
All right.
that's just being
Dave,
shoved into
question
my
for you.
head
We're only
right
going to
now.
take a couple more questions. We're already over time, but I thought this was a good question. Dave, companion draft. Is it possible to draft one of these companions and fulfill its requirements?
Oh fuck yeah!
Definitely. I've seen. I think we changed one sort of late on, but I think I've seen at least 9 of the 10 done multiple times successfully in draft. I mean,
But
it may
what if
not
you do the
always be
CMC
correct
one?
to play it. I mean,
What if you have the
I-
two
I at least
mana
personally
cards in your
find it
sideboard?
fun if you actually
But,
do it. You feel
Sideboard's
really
okay.
good about it,
Sideboard's
you know,
okay,
if
yeah.
you're not super competitive.
Oh, that's weird.
You know,
So
it might be
presumably
fun to
these
play it
deck
that way
building
anyway.
requirements will never restrict your sideboard
Correct.
Yeah.
because that would be stupid.
And one nice thing, a lot of the designs, I guess Karuga
That's
is a
something so
pretty good
broken. Like
example.
you can only have one card in your
Designs,
sideboard.
if you try to do it, don't quite get there. Your card
It restricts
still have
itself.
synergy
Yeah.
with what you were trying to do. So like Karuga, you're trying to draft CMC things, and it cares about high CMC things. So you will be rewarded by having tried to do it as much as you could. But for the most part, if you open one, and especially if you open back one, you can do almost all these. I think there is maybe one exception. But you know, I look
Yeah,
forward
your
to
deck
the
size has to be 200.
screenshots of
You know what this does do?
kind of
It guarantees that companions will almost never be
Okay, I'm gonna
expensive
give a
because they'll never
whole
be sold in a playset.
spiel at the end about all the things coming up. But before we go,
No,
I
I
want
don't
to hear
think that's
from
true.
Dave
You
and
can still
Mark.
have two
And Dave,
hippos
we'll
in
start
the main
with
deck
you.
and one in the sideboard.
What are
Like,
you most
might still
looking
play these
forward
quite a bit.
to?
Yeah, but you can
revealing
automatically play it from
anything
your opening hand.
in
I
Ikoria?
guess you could.
Yeah. I'd love a Niv Mizzet in my command zone and Niv Mizzet in my deck.
You never played
looking
4
forward to
No,
just seeing
3.
the
And
mechanic
3 is
plays out.
pushing
I'm
it the
very
most,
excited,
especially at the
in
high
terms of
costed
how new
multicolors.
and different that is.
'Cause you don't want them in your opening
yeah,
hand,
I'm also a
really.
little nervous about it, but I'm really excited to see what people figure out. As I've alluded to, I think there are a lot of fun little ways like
Did you just say he's
Karuga's
nervous?
example.
It's kind of
Just
like
because,
it's
you
kind of
know,
like
there are
they've been
still things
told to
do on
push,
turns 1 and 2
you know,
of
the
game.
power level of cards, and now
Maybe
they've
not
seen the
immediately
effects of
obvious,
Eldraine.
but, you know,
They've seen the effects of
there are
World of
still
Sparks, and
plenty
now
of
they're
ways
just
to
like,
work around the
please,
restrictions
no more bannings, please. But we have to push the power level because that's what our bosses tell us. But please,
Cool,
don't
and
break
Mark?
these.
Okay, so
Dave is excited to see people show the companion they managed to draft. I want to see the biggest mutate creature you can make. What is the most insane mutate thing you can do? Well, all this said is a lot of fun. Mutate is near and dear to my heart, and it is a wacky, wild, crazy mechanic. And one of the things that I would love to see from the audience is just seeing what you can create. This is a
It's so crazy that if mutates on the stack, you just sort of creature just comes in as a creature. That's
World of Spark, like broke the power level, right? So World of Spark, Core,
Well,
Eldred.
thank you, Dave and Mark. Thank you, Steve.
That's
Thank
not enough for
all
them
of
to receive response time.
No, yeah, absolutely
It has to
not.
be
Yeah.
So this set,
okay,
and World of Spark wasn't even
So
there.
yeah, if we're looking at the curve of like power level, this is like
Next
here.
set will be just in time to see Eldraine's reaction, but not.
Several reasons.
Even then,
even then you wouldn't have been able
to.
Sorry, World of Spark reaction.
Yeah.
South Korea, Japan,
So we're like
China,
2 sets
Taiwan,
away from
Hong
them realizing that
Kong,
they
and I
fucked
think
up
that's it on April
when they
16th
broke a
and
bunch of
17th.
cards.
And then it releases on Arena on the 16th, as well as Magic the Gathering
I have
online.
relatives in Korea.
And then should release worldwide on May 15th. Check with your local game stores about when
You will be in Korean and they're
shipping things as
Yeah.
soon as we're able to. Thank you for tuning in. Previews are going now through the 10th of April. This weekend is going to be all about Commander. So Commander previews
weekend.
will start kind of tomorrow, and they will go through till Monday, and then we'll resume more previews from the main set of Ikoria. And of course, all of the Godzilla series monsters are being previewed today in various places, and so look for those on the internet.
And for those of you that like Commander, don't forget that this weekend is Commander weekend. Previews for the Commander 2020 decks will be going up this weekend, right?
He just said this.
The deck lists will be going up on Monday.
Right. Sorry, the previews will be happening this weekend.
He just said that.
This weekend,
Steve, where were you?
Yeah, well, 5 videos will be put
About
up
his cool
on
headset.
Monday, showing off each of the deck lists from different content creators, and we'll be putting up the deck list alongside those.
And if you want to know more about how those decks got made, that's next week's episode. We'll be back at our normal time at 2 p.m. Pacific, talking to Gavin Verhey and Corey Bowen from the...
Good old Gavin.
How those decks got made is basically some corporate said, Commander seems to sell well, let's do more of that.
Our new normal.
This is working
Our new
from
normal
home.
time.
Thank you for joining us. We will see everyone next week.
They did not make that clear enough that it was just the order that was banned.
He really didn't.
I thought that
But-
banned an entire mechanic
but
from
he's
Commander.
he's not a producer. He just like I talked to the EDH guys and they said they're gonna ban this card. They don't, which is weird. Which is very very weird. They should let it be legal for a month or something. But
They must have tested it. They must have.
It's not enough. Let the world test it.
No, because they have it. They have a playtest. I mean, they have it. So they have a playtest.
You mean the commander? You mean the commander squad?
No. So no.
What? What are you talking about?
In design,
Yeah.
they have a playtest team that tests all formats, which
Not Commander.
Would Brawl. They
Yeah, but
test
not
Brawl.
Commander.
Yeah, so they've tested in Brawl and gone, it's broken in Brawl
Yeah.
because of the command zone, I guess.
Yeah, but they don't.
Maybe
That doesn't.
more valid or more
And then they've taken
playable.
it
But you
to
think this
Commander
will actually see
because
play
of
in some sort of standard deck?
It'd be strange not to have it.
They don't. That doesn't influence the.
No, but it must be a command zone interaction that's broken.
No, it's not that. Because remember, the mechanic's not banned. It's only the otter.
Yeah, so the otter as a command zone thing
No.
is bad.
The otter that's broken is it's a 3-mana spell doubler in your command zone.
Yes, so as a thing that you can cast repeatedly, it's
Yeah.
bad. It's broken.
No, because remember, after it dies, it goes to the graveyard.
Not if it goes to your command zone.
No, it's not in the command zone.
Yes, it is if it's your command
Oh,
zone.
you mean? Oh, come on! Then it's 5 mana to copy a spell. Then it's 7 mana to copy a spell. It's not broken. I don't know why. There must be like some sort of infinite combo or something that breaks it or something maybe.
In Brawl? Like, I'm assuming
No.
there's a relation between...
Partners are partners as a whole is no. It's not. It's just the otter.
Just the otter. The otter is
don't
banned
know.
in Brawl, and the only reason why it would have been shown to the I'm assuming
Yeah.
to the Commander Rules Committee.
I don't know. Maybe.
And banned there as well is because there's some sort of command zone interaction that breaks that. Are we stupid? Is there some really obvious thing that just like
It's just a spell
makes
doubler.
it...
I don't know. Anyways, guys, man, we've had so many viewers. Like this has been consistently 10+. Not a lot of people talking in chat, but that's fine. We're all watching the stream.
I'm assuming most of them aren't like our regular New Zealand viewers, given that it's 4:42.
Yeah, it is 4:40 a.m. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just for clarification, if you see it right there, anyways, the stream is sponsored by Wizards. So great. All right, guys, have a good night, and oh man, let's see all these spoilers for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Day full of spoilers.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
See ya.